Sir, could you please brief about your journey into the world of Carnatic music first?
Yeah, in Carnatic music, actually, I started studying music officially only when I was around 13 years old. So many musicians I know, they would have had a parent or grandparent, somebody at home who was a musician, and they would have
Right.
started lessons when they are 3 and 5 and even 2, and they start giving small concerts by the time they are 10 or 12. So in my
Mhm.
case, that it did not work that way. So I started studying music only when I was 13, but music was a very, very big presence in my life from the time I remember, from the time I was born, but not only Carnatic music, because I used to be exposed to a lot of live concerts. Not lot. I used to be exposed to 9 live concerts per year for the Navratri festival. So
Oh,
other than Navratri, I never went for any concerts when I was 2, 3, 4 years old. Then my father and sister, they had very big, extensive collections of recordings, mostly LP records. So
okay.
these LP records included classical music, Carnatic music, and old Hindi film songs. And my
Mm.
father was a great traveler. So he used
Mhm.
to visit not just America and England, but other countries like Philippines or New Zealand or Singapore or Malaysia or Indonesia. And each country he visited, he would buy a record. Those days, cassettes did not exist. Only LP records existed. So he
Oh,
would buy
oh.
records of the local music, all in languages which none of us knew. So I would just listen to whatever was playing at home, whether it's a Malaysian song or an Iranian song or a Filipino song or M.D. Ramanathan or Pandit Ravishankar or Kishore Kumar. It didn't matter. I just listened to a lot of music of any kind without knowing actually that this is South Indian classical, this is North Indian classical, this is foreign, this is English, because I didn't know English either at that time. So that was how music entered my life, which is always there. But when I was in 8th standard, around 13 years old, I joined the music group in our school, and we won a prize at the state level, though I didn't know Sarigama at that time. So it was a group song. So probably we won the prize because others sang nicely, and I was just I just happened to be there. But in my family, we had a very passionate music lover, music patron, and musician herself, who was called Amma Maharani Setu Parvati Bai. She happened to be the mother of the last Maharaja of Travancore, Sri Chitra Tirunal Bala Rama Varma. So this Amma Maharani was my mother's mother's mother.
Oh my
So
God.
she breathed music, she lived music. She's had, if you mention famous names, she's had Yehudi Menuhin, the violinist, visit our home, Pandit Ravishankar, Ustad Allah Rakha, Lata Mangeshkar, Parveen Sultana, Shyamangudi, GNB, MS Subbulakshmi, like that. You just take 100 big names from 1940s, 50s, 60s, around 85 would have come to our house. Of course, much of it happened before I was born. And
Mhm.
even after I was born, I was too young to be allowed to go there when these musicians came. But I knew about these people coming and going.
Mhm.
Later, of course, I met some great musicians myself after I became a serious student of music. So, but Amma Maharani, this was her positive side. The negative side was that she was very dominating. So
Oh.
she used to try and force music down the throats of her children and grandchildren. So naturally, when something is forced, it doesn't become a pleasant experience. So they all kind of stayed far away from music. Then, when my group won a prize in school, she was very happy that one great grandson is musical. So then she told me, you should learn music properly, and selected my guru, which was the most amazing thing that happened to me in my life. In fact, never he passed away on November 16th, 1994. So today is exactly 30 years since my guru passed away. So, but I was with him till November 15th, 1994. So till the day
Mhm.
before he died, I learned from him. So that was officially how when I learned Carnatic music uh, from Sari Sari Sarigama. But one very big change happened when I started learning the Saraswati Veena. That
Mhm.
happened when I was 18 years old. So from age 13 to 18, I studied only vocal music. So I know the difference between if you just sing without knowing an instrument and if you sing after learning an instrument properly. There's a very, very, very big
Okay.
difference. So
Okay.
for especially for Carnatic music, apart from the pure notes, we have gamakams also, which are very subtle. So all the small typical gamakams, which don't come, the kind of gamakams we have, is very typical to Carnatic music. If you take the Madhyamam in Begada or the Gandharam in Darbar or the Gandharam in Shahana, there are so many raga which we don't have an equivalent even in Hindustani music. So
Right.
learning the Veena makes it very, very easy. Even if
Easy.
you don't learn an instrument, you can just sing, 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 and listen, listen, listen. And after some time, it kind of falls into place automatically because of repetition. But it is without the grasp or knowledge, it just comes after some time. But if you know the Veena, again, if you learn it correctly, you can learn Veena wrongly also. So then very, very, very much we get a grip over the pure notes and all the varieties of gamakams which characterize Carnatic music. So, uh, the-
I feel like it's the other way around, which people feel like if you, learn the vocal, you can play the veena. So
absolutely,
from
it's
your
both.
experience, yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
both.
I
Yeah,
feel
yeah, both
that's
are
the
equally
thing to
important.
note. Yeah, when you learn the
Yeah,
veena, you can sing to the
yeah,
exact note.
yeah. There is people who play Veena who don't know singing, so they'll play
Yeah,
Maha Ganapatim Manasa Smaram. So Mahakavya Natakadi Priyam. So Kadipriyam, Kadipriyam, they'll be playing. So,
right,
Natakadipriyam. So, just saying Kadipriyam has no meaning at all, just one
right,
instrumental phrase. But if you
right.
know, not only Veena, violin also, or any instrument, if you know vocal music, then mentally you'll be singing the lyrics. So, when you play also, you can really hear it is not just the notes, you play the Sahitya. So,
And so, like you mentioned about listening to the other genres of music. So, how has that helped? Like, I mean, you used to hear a lot of other languages, different
yeah.
genres, and the Indian music is fine to even other languages as well.
Yeah.
So, has that anyway, somewhere around the lane influenced your passion or your learning?
A lot. It's like suppose you are a master cook, but you know
Mhm.
only South Indian vegetarian. So you make idli and dosa and sambar and vattakulam and curd rice and whatever, the pulingari, avial, that is one category. But suppose you are a great cook, you
Yeah,
know North Indian cooking and Western cooking and Chinese cooking and Japanese cooking. Means you are not going to cook sambar like sushi, but
right,
the knowledge of these other systems will definitely make
right,
you
right.
more of
It'll
a
add on.
master.
Yeah.
No? So suppose you are so you look at the one of the greatest martial artists or two of the greatest martial artists of the 20th century, Muhammad Ali or Bruce Lee. Muhammad Ali was a boxer. Bruce Lee was a Chinese kung fu master. But
Yeah.
they studied so many other kinds. So he would study jiu-jitsu and kung fu and karate and boxing and Thai kickboxing. And in fact, Bruce Lee came to India because he heard that the origin of martial arts was from India when the Buddhist monk Bodhisattva, he wanted to travel to spread Buddhism to China and other
Mhm.
countries. He
Mhm.
had to arm himself to protect himself against dacoits and on the way.
Right.
So knowing that Bruce Lee came to India, and of course our Kalaripayat is
Yeah.
originally
It's
very
also
great, but
equally,
the
yeah.
yeah, but the level of the artists was so low that they
Okay.
did a demonstration and Bruce Lee watched, and then he did a demonstration, and these people did namaskara and said, so there was a
Okay.
movie called The Silent Flute, which is
Right.
produced and directed by Bruce Lee. Later, it went to somebody else. So he came to India to search for locations to shoot The Silent Flute.
Right.
No? So Bruce Lee, we can say, oh, Bruce Lee is a great karate champion. No, he's not karate champion. He
Yeah.
all of martial arts,
Like
anything.
martial arts put together. Yeah.
Exactly. So like that, if I sing Shankarabharana means there will be no opera or ghazal, or it will be pure Shankarabharana only. But my having listened to, because an opera singer or a playback singer or a bhajan singer or a jazz singer, they all have the same vocal cords that we have. So with the same vocal cords, how much variety, like human beings, we all have two eyes, one nose, one mouth.
Right.
But but so with the same features, each person looks different, no?
Yeah,
So
this is a great information for the students who are pursuing Carnatic music, I feel, because it often seems like the parents say like you listen to the Carnatic vocal or kacheris or things. I mean, there's nothing wrong in listening to the other music, or whether it be Western or so. That is something which is very open and clear. Like now they can hear, so they'll have that freedom to go with the Western music if they like it more. So, sir, have you sung other genres of music? Like your
no, no,
singing is restricted to
just for
Carnatic?
no,
Have you tried anything or
just for
something?
my pleasure, during lockdown,
Uh-huh.
I was in this room for 2 years. So sitting in here, exactly here, I'll keep my phone and record some stuff, some old Hindi film songs,
Mhm.
then some songs in other languages like French and Spanish and
Oh,
Greek and Mandarin and Bengali and some other songs. It's available on YouTube. If you
mhm.
there's a playlist also. My name, Prince Rama Varma, songs in many various languages or something like that. So
But
you
as a
can.
concert, you have
No,
not
at the concert, I
been
stick to
on
Carnatic
stage.
music.
Okay.
And about listening also, uh, see, there is, you look at a tree, the roots go very deep and it
Mm.
is standing there, but the branches can extend here and all that. But the root
Right.
is like, tree doesn't walk around. So
Right.
like that, for
Okay.
me, as a Carnatic musician, my Carnatic roots are very, very deep, very strong and very authentic. So one, you have to be a master in anything, not only Carnatic, in one thing. Then when after you reach a certain level of mastery in that, then you can afford to explore other genres without our original thing getting polluted. You look at
Right.
Ustad Zakir Hussain, for example. He's a
Mhm.
great master in tabla, and he has done fusion with how many different kinds of musicians we
True.
can't even count. So many. But if you ask him to play his father's pure gharana tabla playing, he is unbeatable in that also. But
Right.
unfortunately, the problem is that when we are not all that great in any one thing, you do a little bit of this, little bit of that, little bit of this, so then mix everything together and do fusion. There's nothing wrong with fusion if you are at that level. Niladri Kumar,
The
there's
base
a
is strong.
sitarist, Rakesh Chaurasia, the flute. I mean, I'm thinking of
Yeah.
Hindustani names
Yeah.
because that's what has attracted me. Each of them is a master in their thing, and
In
they
their
do
own
fusion
forte.
which has meaning. But when some half-baked person who's doing little bit of this, little bit of that, but
Yeah.
if listeners are happy, their level also will be a certain level, so they are happy. Even my level. So when my listening level was much lower, I found many things very attractive, which I don't find attractive now. But
Right.
some things I liked, uh, I at that time without knowing the value. Now I know the value and I
Mhm.
respect it 10 times more with the awareness. I mean, I knew he was great. Oh my God, he's so great. Only now I realize. No,
Right. When you know something about it a little more, like you really feel the enjoyment and how to
exactly.
respect it more.
Yeah.
Sir, being a royal member, so was it very easy for you to get through, the learning, the sadhana, the opportunities, or still did you face any challenges? Like,
Firstly, I don't see myself as a royal thing at all. So
but
because
we see you in that way.
no, that ended in 1947. So
Yeah.
it 47, and I was born only in 1968. So that is
Okay.
a good 20 years after the whole thing ended. But
Mhm.
see, I have a fan here. You switch off the fan, it doesn't just stop like that. No, you switch it off, it's already off. It will slowly turn slower and slower and come to a halt. So that process of switching off had happened before I was born, but still
Mhm.
it is turning in a very weak way among certain people.
Mhm.
So, but I was very fortunate that I went to school. My generation was the first generation to go to school. Till
Mhm.
my parents' generation, they were homeschooled. So to sit in a class with other people, and I'm just class number 26 or 43, so without a name, so we have to shout our number or name and take attendance just like everybody else. So very soon, I'm very flexible emotionally, even from the time I was a child.
Mhm.
So I used to travel a lot earlier, and suddenly pandemic happened, lockdown happened. So people who know me very well, oh, you travel a lot, and now aren't you going crazy being stuck in a room? I said, no, I've spent so much money myself and bought so many books. which I'm yet to read. I'm a compulsive book buyer. So now I'm finally home. I don't have any concerts. I don't have anywhere to go. So I can finally start reading all these books which I have bought and practice Veena, which I don't normally. So I could practice Veena. I could read books, take some exercise. I was very, very happy that the lockdown went on for 2 years. I didn't, of course, I missed certain things. But
Yeah.
now, if I am in a position where today I have a concert, see, you called me for an online chat. Instead of that, if you had actually called me to Dubai, I would have been very happy to have come. So whether it's so according to the situation, in any situation,
Right.
then I don't think when I'm sitting in lockdown, I don't think of, oh, I normally
Yeah.
speaking, I would have been teaching in Singapore or traveling to Europe. No,
Right.
now
Right.
this is the reality. Just
Right.
make the best of it. Tomorrow,
Right.
some other reality, then make the best of that. If I'm having drinking tea, then I don't think, oh, it will be nice to drink coffee. No?
Right.
So accept. So my family situation also, I accepted that royalty ended before I was born. I also accept that for some people, they live in this fantasy. Even in Malayalam movies, you have
Mhm.
so many movies with this palace and this tambaran and this tambarati and the tambarati falling in love with a commoner. Or,
Right.
that
Right.
fascination is there for a lot of people.
Right.
So it is one fantasy only. So they go on, but I don't feel like that. So earlier, when I started singing, yes, it was a challenge because people would not listen to me and just say, because he is from the royal family, he's getting concerts.
Oh.
So, but they would never have heard me. They
Mm.
write me off before having heard me. So it was a depressing situation. I would feel like telling, I go for other people's concerts and some people have come to listen. So I
Yeah.
feel at that time, I'm 22, 25 years old. I feel
Mhm.
like telling those people, see, tomorrow I'm singing here. Please come and listen to me once. Just
Right.
listen. If you don't like, don't come again.
Yeah.
But once give me a chance. Inside I'll be crying only, but I never went and asked somebody to give me a chance. But I would feel bad. But after 2008, 9, when YouTube came, and
Uh-huh.
after 2010, when YouTube videos became even more popular, uh, people started discovering me on YouTube and seeing my
Okay.
work. And many people have commented at that time, "Oh, he's singing so nice. Nicely? What is his name?" So they don't know about royal background or anything. Just one guy is singing nicely. Who is he? Like that. So then it's purely merit based. So that I feel very happy. But now I'm speaking as a 56-year-old, while when I was a 25-year-old or even 35-year-old, it was very difficult, not easy at all.
Difficult. Okay.
Yeah.
And sir, your formal education, like in parallel with your music career, like
Yeah, I
you
did
done and
graduation in commerce in
uh-huh.
Trivandrum.
Okay.
And in fact, until Vechur, sir, my guru passed away, I
Mm-hmm.
spent 100% of my time in Trivandrum. So I
Okay.
did my school, college, everything. So after my graduation, my family wanted me either to get a job or to get married. So I didn't
Mm.
want to get a job. I didn't want to get married. So I joined for MCOM just to get
Okay.
2 more years. you know.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
during that time, when Vechur sir passed away, I realized that if I live in Trivandrum, something unfortunate may happen because
Yeah.
of the pressure from the family that I should get
Right.
married or get a job, and I don't
Right.
want to. So I just went to Chennai. So I didn't know anybody in Chennai. Fortunately, we had a family house in Chennai, so I could stay free of cost for some years till that house got sold.
Great.
So then, after going to Chennai, only I started looking. Okay, I want to continue music. That is another problem with many musicians. They learn to a certain extent, and then their guru dies. The
Mm.
moment the guru dies, their learning ends. They don't look for
Right.
another guru. So
Very
they
right.
feel,
Mm.
especially if it's a famous name guru,
Yeah.
then the student
Difficult to shift. Yeah.
shift. And sometimes it's a superstar guru, they die, and then the student is asked to give a substitute concert because the guru might have accepted a concert next week somewhere. They die
Mm.
of a heart attack. So student has to sing in their place and they get more concerts. Then they just
Yeah.
get sucked into the performance
Yeah.
loop,
Very. Very.
and without ever
Self growth is
improving.
not noticed. Yeah. It's not
Then
there.
this may happen when they are 35, 40 years old. When they're
Mm.
65 years also, last 30 years, they'll be singing exactly the same level. The
Mm.
same song, same
Very
level.
right. Very right.
So, but the same fans are happy to hear the same songs at the same. It's like playing a CD only. You go there to hear that same thing. They sing the
Same
same thing.
song.
They are happy. They are happy. Then who are we to comment? No. So in my case, I always wanted to improve, not be better than anybody else, but
Mm.
I want to be better today than I was yesterday. So it's a constant process.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
true. And we also need to educate the Rasikas as well, because, as we sing, they also grow, with our level of singing. So we sing the
Yeah.
same song, naturally they would enjoy the same content.
Yeah, yeah. Even
So,
same song. See,
yeah.
suppose I have sung one particular song in 1995 and 2005, and now, hopefully, you hear these three versions. You feel, oh yeah, you can see how it evolved, and same
Change.
song. We are not really making any difference, but somehow it's much better now. So that's what we
Dear,
aspire for.
your sadhana pattern, I hope it's not a secret to be revealed. Like,
No, I.
I'm sure it will be in lot of use to the, music practitioners and
Yeah.
students. So if you can
It
explain
is.
how you do
It is
the sadhana in
Yeah,
music.
it is different at a different level. So when I was learning sari sari sarigama, sadhana was different. After I learned music for 10 years, sadhana was different. Now it is
Uh-huh.
different. So it's
Okay.
not like one.
As a student, as a performing artist,
Yeah,
the
as a
level
student,
changes.
I would always every time I would sing one varnam definitely, some
Mm-hmm.
varnam.
Mm-hmm.
I never did much of akara sadhakam and sari sari sagam because I didn't know the value of that at that time. Now I do. Now I realize,
Mm-hmm.
especially alankarams, how much it helps to
I
get
think
the.
all the children need to specifically note these points.
Hmm?
I think all the students need to specifically note these points of yours.
Yeah,
How the
Alankara was
basic lessons are,
basic lessons.
important.
Varisha, Janta Varisha, Alankaram, singing them in A, E, A, O, and all that. So
Occurrence.
because we are not only singing A in the composite. Suppose we Deva Deva Kalayami, there's a Ya, okay. Charana Bhuja Seva, so A also came. So Seva Nam. So also. So A, E, A, U, O, all these things we have to do. And so all the E, O, A,
All the,
all these one, then instead of only doing it in Mayamalagola, we can do it in other ragas which have the same Arohana Arohana. We can do it in Hamsathuni, we can do it in Mohanam, we can do it in Abhogi, Hindolam. Then
Raga
other,
is very common.
then it won't be boring.
Sampurna Raga much easier
Some
also. Maybe.
Sampurna, any Sampurna, straight up and down,
Hmm.
we can do. But Alankaram and all that, how much it will help to get grip over the talam. It's
Hmm.
very, very important. But somehow I didn't do it that systematically, the basic lessons, because I didn't know the value at that time. I found it a little monotonous and boring. In fact, when my guru used to teach me sari sari sarigama, I had already started listening to a lot of concerts. So I am
Okay.
hearing kacheris where people sing alapana and swaram and naraval and whatever, and here is this man just singing sari sari, no lyrics, nothing. So I didn't know that. Oh, slowly slowly this will lead to geetam and jati swaram and swarajati varnam kirtanam. I didn't know that. So now, of course, looking back, I realize how important they are. Then I always sing alapana and swaram
Mhm.
endlessly. So in on stage, it will be 15 minutes or something like that. But at home,
Oh,
even if we repeat the same sangati, it's okay. It's very indulgent and inward-looking and self-exploratory. So
right.
sometimes one phrase is nice, means I sing that phrase again. So it may stretch to 45 minutes or 1 hour, just alapana. And I listen to Drupad music. So in Drupad, Alapana is one amazing. That's how Alapana should be actually. It may not be exciting, but it's very meditative and inward looking.
Okay.
So originally, apparently, Carnatic music was also, we have Ragam, Tanam, Pallavi. So
Yes.
Ragam, then Tanam, then Pallavi is one line which we do improvisation. So in Drupad, it is Alap, Jod, Jhala, which is actually Ragam, Tanam, Pallavi, the
Okay.
Hindustani version.
Mhm.
It is very similar to, but just the Alapna is so meditative, so calm, Shruti soaked that people who are in it for an adrenaline rush, they might find it very boring or monotonous or sleep inducing.
Yes.
But I feel if everything is high voltage, that becomes monotonous also. Only from the
Yeah.
opening itself, we sing very, very "Yavari Bodha." So then, "Vatapi Ganapati." So that whole thing will be like that. That also is boring, no?
Right, right, right. Very right.
So different colors, different colors.
Yeah. You
It's,
you do your sadhana in the mornings, right? I mean,
I did at that time,
mhm.
but I had some people in the family who were very determined that I should not sing outside. So they would ensure that my practice is disturbed. So I had to. I mean, now it sounds like a joke. At that time, it was not a joke at all. So I would actually sleep in the afternoon and wait for everyone to sleep. And fortunately, my house was physically a very big building. So I would wait till 10 p.m. when all these people who would disturb me deliberately would go to sleep. So after 10, I would lock myself up in a room and start. So 10 to around 12:30, 1, 2, like that, I used to sing at night. And I never sang very loudly. So even
Oh,
now, some people by nature they sing very
yeah,
loudly.
yeah.
I sing little softly, so my singing did not disturb or wake anybody up, because I'll be in one remote part of the house, there'll be nobody. Maybe owls and bats and stray dogs and security people would hear me, but this is not a problem. So, unfortunately, even now I left Trivandrum in 1994, which is exactly 30 years ago. But so many of my youth, young years, I used to stay awake at night and practice. So
Oh,
my dream is to sleep at 10 and get up at 5 or 6 in the morning. But even
okay.
now, I automatically stay up late and find it difficult to
Practice
get up early.
has
30,
been
20,
with
30
you
years.
over
Yeah,
the
exactly.
years.
So even now that happens. But
So the dedication is so much to the extent that, I mean, without sleeps at night,
that's it.
you used to practice.
Yeah, definitely. That I did.
And sir, what is your view on the present day Carnatic music presentations? Like, what is your call on the
It is not only Carnatic
the
music,
new
the
gen?
same
Goes with all
same
the traditional arts, yeah.
some
The music
churning.
specifically, what is your observation or
No, it
your
is. I think it's the general something which is. I mean, I'm showing with my hand. So that thing is happening in everything, not only in Carnatic, in food, in Hindustani music, in playback singing, in lifestyle, in
true,
everything. What is happening? That is happening in Carnatic music also.
true.
So number wise, of course, earlier we had a few musicians, the big names. If you look at the ladies, it will be M.S. Subbulakshmi, M.L. Vasanta Kumari, and D.K. Patamal. So they are like the three ladies. So then the males, Chamangudi, G.N.B., Ariyakudi, Maharaja Ramishathayar, Chembai, Mushiri, like that. One set. Then the next generation, T.V. Sankaran, Sheshagopalan, that is another generation. But now, so many singers are there. Number wise,
Um,
it is phenomenal. I live in Bangalore, and last month, no, 2 months ago, they had the Vinayaka Chaturthi Ganesha Utsava, which is very,
no.
very big in Karnataka. So for Ganesha Utsava, they had, I think, 20, 10 days, 20 days, each day, 5 to 6 concerts. It was a show of women power. So every day, all the concerts were by women, and I saw something like 250 or 700 or 1,500 names of women singing in Bangalore. So many of
Okay.
them I had not heard before. So I felt happy to see not just the same few names we know again and again. So many people, but and it would have come online also. So if we have time, we can actually check out. Not everybody might be very good. Not everybody might be very bad either. But here and there, there'll be some people who are really good. So
So
that
it's
is nice.
quantity, and what about the quality? Like,
That
we can't
that is
say, yeah, we can't say like, it's subjective because this is not a subject to be said as, I mean,
yeah quantity.
generally categorized. There
Yeah,
has to be some quality according to you being serious.
yeah, quantity. Quantity can be counted. No, 10
Yeah.
people are singing and 1,000 people are saying, oh, definitely it's better. Quality, it's again, we can't make general statements. There are some people, even the great masters from the past. I'll tell you my, since I don't want to say negative, so positively, one of my all-time favorite singers is Madurai Mani Iyer. Madurai
Mm,
Mani Iyer died 1 month before I was born in 1968. So we have
mm,
not even lived together at the same time. But
mm,
I am addicted to his music. And I
mm.
am a person who gives a lot of importance to Sahityam, to lyrics, whether
Correct.
it is in Sanskritam or Kannada or Telugu or Tamil or Bengali, Hindi, Malayalam, any language.
Mm,
While Madurai Sahityam is almost zero, because
mm,
he would just sing some syllables, that's all.
mm,
So, Sri Rama, Tyagaraja is asking Sri Rama,
Mhm.
Bhuvanam ella, you take care of the entire Bhuvanam, and Nannu Okkani, me, one person, Brova Bharama. Is it too
Mhm.
heavy for you to take care of just one me when you take care of the entire Bhuvanam? So it's a plaintive song, but Madhuramani had only joy in it. Even if he sang so-called sad ragas like Shubha Banturali, also it'll sound like you have opened a champagne bottle, just bubbles. You know, so that was his Thai bhavam. His
Okay.
perpetual state of being was very joyful. So, Brova Bharama Raghurama Brova Bharama Raghurama. This is in my mind. This is the bhavam. Brova Bharama. It's like, is it so hard for you?
Yeah.
Bharam, heavy for you to learn. But Madhuramani will make it like a 2-year-old cute kid coming and give you a kiss. Like a Varamai Raghurama Bhuvanamella. So, Mani Pamagasa, so Padani Pamagasa, Gama Brava Baram. So that Gama Gaga Gaga Gapa Mama Mama Bani Papa Papa Pani Mama 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 Gaga Gaga Gamasa Saga Gamaga Saga Gama Papa Gama Padani Padani Saka Gamaga Saga Sani Sani Pani Papa Gama Padani Saka. So it's like exulting. It's very happy. So he had no connection with Sahityam, and I am addicted to Sahityam. But one of my favorite musicians is Madhurya. So
Mm.
uh, it is not like I like him because he doesn't pay attention to he doesn't pay attention to Sahityam, which is not a nice thing. Still, I like him so much because the rest of it is so amazing. So as a Madhurya fan, I try to take the nice
Those kind
qualities
of
of his music.
treatment towards the compositions, because usually we go with the author, right? Like with the author's idea, but then
Yeah,
here he treats it differently. Like on
differently,
camera, yeah. So
and not giving much
yeah.
importance to Sahityam. So
Right.
I love Madhurya and I take his ragalapana, his swarams, his naraval, his tanam, that general approach. But
Mm.
where I don't like is the Sahityam connection, that I do pay attention. So it's
Mm.
not like, oh, I like Sahityam, Madhuramani Sahityam doesn't sound good, so I don't want to listen. So then
Yeah.
nobody is perfect. We all have something good, something bad. So it's up to us to take, oh, okay, this is the whole package, and I'll just take these things which I like. That thing I don't like, I take. So that we have to use our brains and our taste also. For some people, they say, no, no, I don't care about Sahityam. So, okay,
Because
then
I feel the need of the hour to learn the meanings of the Sahityam and, understand it and express it in depth will give the
it's,
beauty of that song. The bhavam, so I think currently the bhavam of the song is not being
well,
taken into much serious note.
since you're a dancer, naturally you have to
Yeah,
know where to
yeah.
do Abhinayam.
Yeah. But dance,
So,
it relates more. But in music, I think an awareness need to be there to understand the lyrics, the meaning of the song, and how to
absolutely.
render that particular word, as you rightly said.
Yeah,
So for the
absolutely.
students, yeah, I think the gurus have to, take a
Uh,
special effort to make them
that
understand.
gurus have to learn first.
Yeah, learn first. Yeah.
They have to learn. Unfortunately, people, you see, there's a story, I think in Calvin and Hobbes, the cartoon strip I saw, one 5-year-old boy is saying, now I'm studying for LKG, the kindergarten. So I'll study 1 year, and after that, I'm going to get a job. He said,
Mm.
after studying in kindergarten 1 year, you're going to get a job. So, but you should learn second year and then go to school. No, no, no. After 1 year, I'm going to be a teacher and I'm going to teach kindergarten kids. That's enough. So I learned sari sari sarigama and reach varavina. Okay, then my learning is stopped. Now I'm going to teach students sari sari
And
sarigama till
simultaneously,
varavina.
I will also learn.
Yeah, but my learning is finished. So there are so many people. Performance is okay. Suppose a classical singer who is not very good but sings a film song and becomes very famous. So
Yeah.
they become, this has happened many times. So
Mm.
they sing a film song and become very famous. And celebrity is, some people are attracted to celebrity. It doesn't matter whether they are good or bad or wrong or
Mm.
right. Celebrity, oh, I am this person's fan, means anything they do, people take. So then people offer them very good money uh, to give classical concerts, even though they are not good in classical music. why should they say no? See, they are not asking, people are asking them, please come, I'm ready to pay you lakhs and lakhs. They take the money and audience is happy to hear them. That is one side. But to teach is
Yeah.
such a big responsibility because innocent kids, it doesn't mean kid, by kid, I don't mean 5-year-old, 5 or 10 or 40 also is okay. In front of a guru, a person who doesn't know music or any other subject is sitting and they trust the teacher to be teaching them correctly.
Very
But when the teacher themselves is very, very, very inadequately equipped with the knowledge, with the right knowledge or the right values, and they pass on this flawed and wrong things to the student, it's very, 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 very sad. No, it's very,
true.
very painful. In fact, I myself have encountered some very bright students. You can see how bright they are, but they will have some very scary mannerisms or flaws. Then you're like, there's one, it actually happened. Then I said, who is teaching you normally? They mentioned one name. Then I heard that teacher and I realized, oh my God, that everything which is wrong with
Learn
that
and
teacher,
unlearn is even more difficult.
this kid has inherited. And we can't say anything to criticize their teacher.
Right.
So we just pray to God. I hope that at least the kid, if not the parents, will realize
Yeah,
what damage is being done.
true.
So it is like feeding a person comes to a restaurant and they pay good money, but you are
Mm.
feeding them adulterated food, no, which is they won't die, but it's slightly poisonous. Slightly poisonous, slightly toxic, and not good for the health. In good faith, people come and eat you, and you are feeding them this.
True.
So that happens when teachers, not only in Karnataka, but in Carnatic music, it happens a lot, 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 lot. So
So, sir, how was your training methodology? Like, when you were learning with your guru, the pattern, I'm sure a lot of pampering might have not happened. I think so.
yeah.
But how was the training methodology? Like how they used to teach? Like it was definitely it was a Gurukula Vasam and
At
they
Gurukula, he
used
used
to
to
be
come to
there
my
for
house.
hours and hours or like but
No, he used
how
to
could
come.
we connect them? We would be interested because nowadays we don't have that system. So
Yeah.
we would like
Uh,
to hear from you if at all like how your experience
yeah,
training technology. Yeah.
my first guru, he had Vechur Hare Subramanian, he had classes Saturday and Sunday.
Mm.
Then I liked it more and more. He liked it more. He liked, see,
Mhm.
there's this anubandham we say. So it's not
Yeah.
only if I like the teacher, or not only if the teacher likes me, I like him to learn from him. He likes to teach me also. So both of us liked. So then classes became Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday.
Mhm.
Then it became Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So 4 days a week I had classes. And in 10th standard in India, the 10th standard exam, SSLC,
Mhm.
secondary school leaving certificate. So SSLC is like one big milestone.
Yeah.
So there are so many students who stop music even when they are in high school. 8th standard itself, they will give up.
Mhm.
So in my case, I had absolutely no intention of ever singing in public or singing even in a competition. I liked music. I studied music. That's it. So in that condition, in 10th standard, when at home they said, see, this year is SSLC, the music class has to stop. I said, no, 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 music, I'm not singing 24 hours a day. So 2, 3 times a week, 1 hour is okay. So my teacher used to come, and SSLC exam is from Wednesday to Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, nothing is there. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That is how the SSLC exam. I think even now it is like that. So I had music class on Tuesday, then I had SSLC Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I had music class on Saturday and Sunday. Then the next Wednesday, all my friends went for a newly released James Bond movie at that time. So after the SSLC exam finished, also I came home and I had music class. And that's the first time I saw my guru actually having tears in his eyes. And he says, I've been teaching for more than 40 years. I've never seen a student not cut class during SSLC and also finish the exam when we all want to have fun and go out. My greatest fun was I wanted to have music
Oh,
classes. So
that's
I had
good.
music classes. So that was how. And later, towards the last years, my guru had a heart attack and he was sitting at home.
Mm.
So I'd just go to his house. When I joined for MCOM in college, instead of going to college, I'll go to my guru's house. So I'll sit
Mhm.
there, have coffee, and I'll sing something. He'll teach me something. like that, kind of indefinite from 9:30 to 12:30 I'll spend with him.
It was the basics. So was it like very, rigid, like, from the basics you had to do? I mean, after the basics only, like, I mean, of course, it would have been like that, right? Or until you
Basic.
finish this, you cannot go to the next
Yeah. Oh,
course.
not only
Yeah. Yeah.
basic, even he never wrote anything. He never
Mhm.
recorded anything. See, now
Mhm.
my sessions online, anybody
Mhm.
can record. And
Right.
they are given the video of the full session permanently, which
Yeah.
they can watch again and again. And that luxury I didn't have at all. In fact,
Mhm.
he would get very worked up if I even have a Walkman. He said, no recording. Because he somehow didn't, he said, this is just only you should hear only now. Not even meant for somebody else and not meant for you to listen again and again tomorrow. It should happen right now. You grab what you can and that's it. So when he taught a Kirtanam, Pallavi, Sangati 1, Sangati 2, Sangati 3, Tyagaraja Kriti, I don't know any Telugu. He also doesn't know any Telugu. So what his guru has taught, he is singing, and what he taught, I am singing. So I
Mhm.
just repeat these lyrics without knowing the meaning. And Sangati 1, Sangati 2, I have to plant in my brain. The next day he will come and sing again, and maybe I would get another idea and it may change. No, I have to sing exactly that two times, two
Mhm.
times, two times. So till Pallavi is firmly implanted in my mind, he would not teach Anupallavi. So
Okay.
because of that, suppose we said Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, around 1.5 months for one song. So
Oh, okay. Before this also. Yeah.
because he wouldn't just teach a new song, because there'll be some old songs revision, lot of raga lapana and swaram singing, and then around 15 minutes to half an hour will be for the new song, which
Mhm.
slowly. But the thing is that these 94, 95 songs which he taught me, not even one of them I have written down or recorded, and all of them I remember by heart even now. So
Mhm.
now
Without
30
any
years,
recordings or anything, you remember it very
yeah,
clearly. Instead of giving recording, also, I think we don't remember anything. That is the era
exactly.
now.
Now for my sessions, I make the children identify the notes. Suppose I va ta pi ganapatim. So ga va ta pi. Can you say the swaram? So ga re sa. So ga re sa sa ni pa re sa di. So I make the students use their brain to identify. So some people who join my session first they can't, then they can identify one note, then two notes, and gradually, being exposed to the same kind of teaching again and again, and seeing other people identify the swarams, slowly within 6 months, they will start identifying a lot. And some of
Mhm.
them identify 100% correctly also, even very
Mhm.
small children. So it is not a passive thing. I'm spoon feeding and they are just sitting and receiving. So I make them use their brain also. Then it is very good. But of course, lyrics are given and recording is also given.
Mhm.
So, in fact, it has happened also many times that I have a workshop on Friday and a concert on Sunday. So I
Mhm.
teach some kind of easy songs on Friday, and
Mhm.
there are 30 to 50 to 100 people. They attend the concert on Sunday and sing along with me these songs, which
Mhm.
I just taught 2 days ago.
Okay.
But the teaching will be, and many teaching videos are there on YouTube. So by the end of the session, that song will be complete. So I had a session in Singapore that is there on
Mhm.
YouTube. So in
Mhm.
September, I had a teaching session in Singapore where I taught Kadana Kutuhalam Tillana by Dr. T.V. Gopalakrishnan. So it was a
Mhm.
3-hour session. So in
Mhm.
3 hours, I taught the Tillana. And at the end of 3 hours, if somebody entered the room, they would not believe that the Tillana was taught just now. They'll feel
Okay.
it's a Tillana which they've been singing for many years. So that finish was there. So that I'm saying this because that video is there on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Only
Sure,
one
sure.
session was there.
I think we all
Uh,
need to watch it leisurely.
yeah,
And
but then
Kathakali
I
being
wonder.
very vibrant raga and
Kadani, yeah, exactly. It's good for dance also. So
sir, just keen to know one thing, like, sir, how do you take care of your voice? Because you teach, you perform, just, I was just
that is
thinking, I think that needs to be
that
uh,
that is a very
a huge
valid question,
question.
because wear and tear. Firstly, I don't speak much. All my communication is through WhatsApp. So
Okay.
normally, I hardly use my voice
Okay.
during my normal life.
Mhm.
Two, if I go out to eat, it will always be with just one friend or maximum two or three people. I never
Mhm.
go out to eat with a big group of 10, 15 people, and I never go to a noisy place. So suppose
Mhm.
there are so many five-star hotels where the Sunday brunch food will be very good, but they will have live music, and the live music will be so loud. Then I'll go deciding that there will be no conversation. We just enjoy the food and nice, like that. We do abhinayam. You know? So because it's difficult to shout over
Yes.
the sound of the music. So generally, firstly, I don't speak much. Secondly, I almost never speak in a noisy place where I have to raise my voice. So I keep it soft. So even if I'm very angry and I want to curse somebody also, it'll be very softly, go jump in a lake, drop dead. I hate you, no? It'll be, will not happen. You know? So very soft. So people
Because the
mistake that.
energy of the artist is very important because we need to, kind of use it in the right levels and very productive. So the
Yeah.
energy, and especially voice, it's something, a very important factor to be
Yeah, in
doing
fact, I
good.
always believe, but for some deadly disease happening, I
Mhm.
always believe that with age, the voice will only become better and better. So,
Okay.
so many singers I like. My guru, Vachur sir, my guru, Balamurali Krishna, MD Ramanathan, Kishore Kumar, all those people, if you listen to their recordings, till they died, the voice just became more rich, more mellow, more rounded, more melodious, just so amazing. But if you use wrong techniques and sing, the moment
Ah.
your youth and youthful energy leaves, then voice will also go. And unfortunately, in Carnatic music, there's a lot of wrong way of singing, wrong
Mhm.
vocalization.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
with the youthful energy, with the adrenaline, you can just pump it and keep it going. But
Okay.
actual quality of the voice and being tuneful, not being dry, being rounded, rich, that it goes a lot with many people, unfortunately.
Because when we teach, we need to, kind of produce the same note again and again, where we, give pressure on that same phrase So
Exactly,
uh,
exactly.
that's a point where I feel like maybe the teachers are feeling difficult to, after this point, they
Eh,
get tired. I mean,
uh,
literally
the,
continue teaching and
the less good the student is, the more number of times the teacher has to do an imposition, again and again and again and again. So
And sir, how was your experience in abroad shows? I'm sure you have been abroad and spent your most of the time there. So, how was your experience during
it
your
is it was different.
from your young age, like your
Yeah,
travel
I
things?
started traveling abroad in late 1990s
Mm.
because I didn't have any work here. I mean, as I said, for the Sabha organizers and artists, the artists have to go and approach the organizers and say, please give me a chance. So that till today I have not done.
Mm.
I don't know whether tomorrow I'll do, but till today I have not done. So then, since I didn't have any work, I got an invitation to teach in Paris
Oh,
for a few months. I have a
you
very,
can.
very, very good
Mm.
friend in Paris.
Mm.
We are still friends. I mean, we were friends from 1980, around 40 years we are friends now. So he lived in Paris and he's a Vina player. So he
Mhm.
invited me. So I went and stayed there for 3 months, 4 months, like that. And I would teach French people who were already studying Indian classic music. Now, they were not
Oh.
like freshly introduced to Carnatic music or anything. So then this happened for around 2 years in 1996, 97, 98, like that. Then I had 2 years same experience in London, where again, there I taught mostly Sri Lankan Tamils, in
Oh,
almost
okay.
exclusive, not even Indians or Britishers, but Sri Lankan Tamil, they had one circuit there. Then I spent around 7 years in Amsterdam. So I'm from 2000 till 2007. And exactly 2007, many things happened in India. Firstly, YouTube came and I started getting concerts and classes in India.
Mhm.
Then my best student, who's called Amruta Venkatesh.
Mhm.
So I heard her first and I started teaching her. Then
Mhm.
it was like my gurus were so good to me, so good to me. And I was as good to them as they were good to me. And but I would teach, and some people will learn. A very promising person will be there today, and suddenly you don't see them again. We don't know whether they moved
Mm.
to another country or took a job or got married or made a baby or what. So suddenly you have invested so much of yourself
Right, right,
in a student, and suddenly they disappear. So
right.
this happened many times, and I try not to get attached to people. Suppose I'm teaching a person for 1 hour, mean that 1 hour I give 100%. My
Right,
life is there for them. But
right.
after that, I try not to get too attached, because it's very heartbreaking when you like somebody and they just disappear. This happened again and again. So with Amrita, I finally found a student, the kind what I was looking for and how I was to my gurus.
Mm.
So priorities were very clear. She never got married, didn't take a job, and she sings, plays the veena, pays attention to Sahityam, goes on learning even now, though she is teaching. In fact, Amrita has around 20-25 students, and last year she went on a tour in America. Normally, we go on a tour in America to give concerts, but
Oh,
Amrita went to America for a series of arangetrams of her students. So she
no.
went as the guru. So apart from her singing, I see her teaching others and passing on the same values of
Mm.
being aesthetic and learning the lyrics and knowing the meaning and enunciating aesthetically. And when you give a concert, uh, inspiring, eliciting the best from your team and
Mm.
coming together. See,
Right.
suppose I have a concert, even the Singapore concert, I had three people who have never played with me before,
Mhm.
because they were anyway coming to Singapore. Two people are local from Singapore and one person was visiting. So I fixed the songs and found their telephone numbers and recorded and sent the songs to them. So though we are physically meeting on stage for the first time, it sounded like my normal team. We are all together. So that I have to have the mind to send them the song. They have to have the mind to sit and learn and come also.
Yeah,
So
that's
then
so.
it's like learning an instrument and vocal. It helps both of us. So they
Right.
are not suddenly faced with an unpleasant surprise that I've prepared some complicated thing at home and I'm springing it on them. They have to catch it on the spot. That happens a lot also. So they
Mm.
know exactly what to expect. And then because they know the song, they support. This Kadalagutulam Tilana itself has a kind of bubbly phrase. So
Mm.
sa re ma da ni ga pa sa na diri 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 dum diri 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 na diri dim na diri dim na diri dim. This guy. So when the violin knows, he is also playing na diri 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 dum diri 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 diri. So it's like one more person is singing with me, and Mridangam is also playing like that. So, in fact, now when I'm singing Adri Dri Dri Dri, suddenly one message came, confirm your speaking language. Didn't sound like English. So, yeah, I'll say English. Yeah. Okay.
Sir, how was the audience like? What did you feel about the audience at abroad? Like, the
Uh,
Rasikas abroad and
each place is different. In America, it was only Indians,
Mhm.
almost 100% Indians.
Okay.
In London, in Paris, in Germany, in Austria, all those places, the local people came, Netherlands.
Mm.
So then I feel I'm singing in a foreign country. But when I sing in America and the audience is full of our Malayalis and Tamil Brahmins and Telugu and Kannada, I feel I'm here only. You stay at somebody's house and they give you Tairisadam and Vattakuழம்பு. So it's like you don't feel you are in another country at all. While I like to travel and experience the local. Suppose I go to France, I eat only French food. Suppose I go to
Mm.
Japan, means I eat only Japanese food. I don't want Indian food. But I love Indian food, but I'm having it all the time here. So when I travel, one of the biggest attractions for me is to taste the local cuisine wherever I go.
Mm.
So that way, American tour, we sing in front of Indian audiences, we stay in Indian households, we eat Indian food. So I
But what
don't.
are the observations like staying abroad and with the knowledge in music which they have being away from the country? Like, what is the feedback on the music presentations which you render?
Music.
The concerts, like, is it different from the Indian audience? Whether
I explain even in India I do that. I
Mhm.
Because even in India we might presume, okay, these people have been listening to Carnatic music for 60 years.
Are they equally knowledgeable, that with
Not
the
knowledgeable, but they are very open. They are
um,
open to listening. Then among Europeans also there is. one category of Europeans who listen to Mozart and Beethoven and Bach and go to symphony and opera, and they have children who play the piano and whatever. It's a general rule. They generally don't go much for something like Carnatic music. Well, there is this other set of people who like something exotic. No? So they will say, "Oh, in Indian music, we don't have sound; we have nada." Nada, it comes from the chakra, the 7 chakras and whatever. I go, oh my God. And if you say hello, they will say Namah Shivaya or Sai Ram or some Indian divine thing, greeting. So they are stuck with this whole exotic Indian thing. When you enter a house, you have to remove your slippers and you fold your hands and say. So that category, many people will come for a Carnatic concert. While my desire is that somebody who listens to Itzhak Perlman play the violin or somebody who listens to pure classical music, I want them to just listen to Carnatic music and give a lecture demonstration and show how we have the perfect balance between fixed compositions and improvisation. So two great jazz players come together, they can have a jam session without preparing anything. There is a jam session, you improvise and see what happens. Something comes out, Miles Davis or John Coltrane or people like that. So that is one side. But in Carnatic music, a singer, a violinist, and a mridangist who have never seen each other before, we meet in Alaska or Kenya or Australia. When some person sings Vatapi, means the violin will play Vatapi, the mridangam will play Aditalam, and we can sing, come out with a product which is in sync, though we have not performed together. So the pedagogy, the way we are taught from Sari Sari Sarigama, we have to listen and immediately reproduce. That is so strong that I don't know if any other form of music where three random musicians can meet on stage with no previous consultation and just give a concert together. I've done that in Netherlands. In fact, there's a small clip available on YouTube. That's why I'm saying it. Where I met a flute player, Carnatic flute player, and a mridangam player in The Hague in Netherlands. And that is before internet, before mobile phone, before. So I don't even know their names. They don't know my name. Somebody has put us together. We literally meet on stage and we gave a concert together. And it will sound like we are best friends only because it is very, very thrilling. See, I've given
You're
so
comfortable with the spot, arrangement and all that.
yeah, it was nice. And I had never sung with a flute before. And the flute gentleman, he had never played flute accompaniment for a vocalist. So for all of us, it was and there was no mic. It was a small hall, very good acoustics, but no mic. So we had to sing little loudly. So yeah, I've given so many concerts, but why I remember this is because without any
Any
pre-consultation,
preparation or
yeah,
any
you can't forget.
coordination.
Yeah. So
Sir, what do you feel that the strength that need to be possessed for each music practitioner to be a great musician? Like, what are the core strengths that you feel like need to be
that that is,
possessed?
I think again, it's the same for everything. I mean, you have to be constantly learning, constantly introspecting, constantly striving to improve, and not have a vision like this. Where you keep taking from everywhere. The universe is offering so many things. So we can see, for example, because I learned French, I discovered this Belgian songwriter called Jacques Brel. For example. So, as I said, my father used to buy records from Malaysia and Madagascar and different places. So language never mattered. I would just listen. It is all music for me. Of course, Carnatic music, well, even before I started learning, I used to listen, but I never bothered about the lyrics. And when I had some friends who were big into poetry and literature, and they would say, see, when you sing, you should pay attention to the Sahityam. Sangeetam api Sahityam, no? So not only Sangeetam. So I would say, no, 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 no. If you want Sahityam, you read poetry. But for me, music only matters. I love Greek music. I love Iranian music. I love Arabic music and Turkish music. And I don't even know one word. And I am enjoying. So Carnatic music also, you just enjoy the Swarams and Kalyani and Chakravarthi. Doesn't matter. So it is when I learned French and discovered Jacques Brel that for the first time I found the power of lyrics. Just if you read his lyrics, there's another gentleman called Georges Brassens. So Brassens, if you just read their lyrics, any emotion. I mean, it can be thrilling, it can be sarcastic, it can be naughty, it can be angry, it can be tender, like passionate. You name it. There is
Mm,
no human emotion that these people have not touched. So
mm,
then I'm thinking, oh my God, I read these lyrics and I'm getting tears in my eyes and my hair is standing up. And then when this is happening with one alien culture poetry, I should be ashamed of singing Carnatic music, Tyagaraja, Swatinal, without knowing, no, not only knowing, without caring about the lyrics,
yeah.
because music is so strong. So
Yeah.
it is literally my exposure to French and Jacques Brel that I started viewing Carnatic music in a different way. And at that time, no internet. So now, of course, any Tyagaraja Kriti, all Tyagaraja Kritis, lyrics and word by word meaning is available online. So
Mm,
if you are interested, anybody can get access to them. But at that time, I didn't know any Kannadiga, I didn't know any Telugu. So I want to know the meaning of these lyrics, but I don't have anybody to ask.
mm,
No? So
right.
one of my relatives had gifted me one book called Tyagaraja Sudha by
Mm,
an author called K.P.S. Menon. This is an
mm,
old 1970s book. So it had around 110, 120 songs of Tyagaraja in Malayalam with word by word meaning. So that was my first step to knowing lyrics in Carnatic music. At that time, Dikshitar Swatinal, no, only Tyagaraja and only those songs. So, but those songs, when I saw the lyrics, I'm realizing, oh my God, we are singing absolute nonsense. No? Just some Anupallavi means Tyagaraja Kriti, 99% Anupallavi, two lines we have to sing together, then only one meaning will come. But we sing the first line, then Sangati 1, Sangati 2, Sangati 3, then sing second line.
mm,
It will
mm,
have uh, absolutely no meaning. If you just sing
right.
Anupallavi one line and do three variations and then sing
Mm,
uh,
mm,
the Nirvikara Guna, Nirmala Karadhrita Parvata Tyagaraja. So
mm,
Nirvikara Guna, he is dispassionate, and Nirmala, he is
mm,
pure without any impurity. Karadhrita Parvata, as Lord Sri Krishna, he lifted a mountain with his hand. Karadhrita Parvata, then Tyagaraja Archita. So he is worshipped by Tyagaraja. So Nirvikara Guna Nirmala Karadhrita. Nirmala Karadhrita. Nirmala Karadhrita. So Nirmala Karadhrita is hand holding. Next line, Parvata Tyagaraja. So Parvata Tyagaraja, Parvata Tyagaraja, Parvata Tyagaraja. So Nirmala Karadhrita has zero meaning, and Parvata Tyagaraja has also zero meaning. So you have to sing Nirvikara Guna, Nirmala Karadhrita Parvata Tyagaraja. So Karadhrita Parvata together, while Karadhrita is in the end of the first line, Parvata is in the beginning of the second line. So you have to sing both lines together. Even if you do variations, you have to sing both lines together and do the second Sangati, third Sangati. This is just one small example, but many, 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 many Tyagaraja Kritis, just the Anupallavi, as a general rule, you have to
we
sing
need to
both lines
understand
together.
the importance of Sahityam again. I think in your repeated conversations, that's what I feel like Sahityam
Absolutely.
needs to be given a lot of importance. And
Mm.
so learning, retrospecting, and yeah, learning, retrospecting, and improving. That's the three words
Yeah,
which you
improve.
used.
Yeah.
Sir, a very different question apart from music. Um, why do people leave the hall during Taniyavartanam? Like, why is it that they can't enjoy the, the solo performance of a mridangam artist? Uh,
I can only,
Immediately, sometimes it happens that I've seen, witness personally that, the artist needs to say that please, all of you sit, don't leave the hall because, when they render the Taniyavartanam. So,
yeah,
why is it that they don't connect this with the concert?
I can offer my team as example. For my concerts, nobody leaves for Taniyavartana. In fact, some people come for the Taniyavartana because my team is so good with Harikumar Mridangam and Dr. Karthik Khatam and
Mm,
Payanur Govinda Prasad Morse. These are my three percussionists, and they create, either one of them, especially three of them, they create such a festival of joy together that nobody, unless they have something wrong with their brain, nobody will leave for Taniyavartanam. So one reason is, firstly, one reason is because of the percussionists themselves choosing to play something pleasing or to just show off their ability. If they just show off their mathematical ability, 9, 9.5, 13, 17, 24 and a half, aksharams and mathematics, very complicated. Then it's like saying, okay, now we are having a chat and I lived in Paris for 2 years. I know Jacques Brel. So I'm going to continue the rest of the interview in French. Then half the people will leave. No, because they won't understand what I'm saying. So like that, the moment we are sitting on stage in front of a public, we have to consider that these people are sitting there. They have spent their time and money and they've come. So I am just going to go on my own trip and show off what I can do, what I can do. Doesn't matter whether they enjoy or not. Then they'll use the Tanyavartanam time. Okay, and after that, some cute songs, sweet songs at the end will come. Now we'll go out and have a glass of tea or go to the bathroom and come. So they use that. While if the percussionists are like in Hindustani music, Ustad Zakir Hussain, for example, he can be playing with Pandit Ravishankar or Hariprasad Chaurasia or Shivakumar Sharma or Amjad Ali Khan or Ajoy Chakravarthi. Doesn't matter. If Zakir Hussain sits there, people will come to hear the tabla. You know, he's only playing tabla. He's not singing anything.
Right.
So how does he? Of course, he's very charming and handsome, and that is another side. But how does he have an audience like that? So if you play percussion the right way, naturally people will be attracted. One, two, the singer has to be sensitive to that also. So in my case, if you watch my videos during a Tanyavartanam, I have friends, including Music Box, who uploads my videos. I have friends who have told me they never left during Tanyavartanam, but Tanyavartanam, I don't know what is happening. They are just playing something. But for your concerts, you are like so happy looking at him and smiling and bale and sabash. So something is happening. I am missing it, but I can see that something is happening because you are almost dancing with joy. So seeing that they develop a taste for percussion. Then at the same time, when I am saying ballet, because the mridangam played the left side toppi very nicely. Na din din na din ni na din din. So the gumki they give very nicely. We say like so that these people they don't know the word gumki, but that left side that nice sound came. They also make a sound or move their head at the right time. At a tasteful phrase. So there are
The artists
singers.
themselves need to involve in the
See,
process
both,
gel
suppose a
with the artist.
singer is doing alapana, for example. Alapana, there is no percussion. So this is going to be the main piece. And I'm giving a 45-minute alapana. Then if the mridangam is calculating, okay, in Tanyavartanam, second round, I'll play like this, and they'll sit and calculate like that. Here's this guy doing alapana. Then that is equally rude. So while we are singing alapana, the percussionist also one nice phrase comes. Bale, they encourage. So when they are doing Tanyavartanam, I have a book of lyrics of the next songs. What should I sing? If I am sitting and looking at the book and they are playing something, then there's nothing cohesive. So we are all listening to each other. We are our fans first. I'm listening to the violin. He's listening to the mridangam. He's listening to the khatam. So there's this mutual admiration society going on stage. So when that enjoyment is so obvious, apart from the music, the audience, the enjoyment will also spread to the audience. So everybody feels we are
It's all a
not doing
mutual connect and
fully connect, and we are not doing comedy. But if you see if you take 10 photos of the audience during my concert, you will find so many smiling faces.
Right.
So it's not, I'm not making jokes, but this happy thing is that they are also happily listening.
Right. They're also indirectly connecting with you.
Yeah.
So, sir, what are the important factors you feel that makes the audience, enjoy the music thoroughly? Like what a performing artist needs to take care while
So many things.
presenting.
Firstly, we should sound good. Tone should be good. See, you can sing something correctly, and you can sing something. If you sing correctly itself, it's a big deal. But you have to sing something beautifully means there's a lot of work. See, if you look at M.S. Gopalakrishnan, what he accomplished, the tonal quality on the violin. Any singer, like any singer sings a phrase, and M.S. Gopalakrishnan replicates the same phrase on the violin will sound better. The singer might be very great, voice will be very good, but he is not doing anything more. But that is, oh wow, So that much he has worked on his
Mm.
tone. So voice, we have to, because naturally whatever we are singing, the vehicle for us to communicate our thoughts is the voice. So we
Yes.
have to take care of the voice. And unfortunately in Carnatic music, during the past 30, 40 years, so many bad voices have come. When you listen to old recordings, like the Guru of Pudukot Krishnamurti, Mundai Rama Bhagavatar, those Maharajapuram Vishwanath Iyer, Madurai Mani Iyer. So Chambai, each of them had good voices and different type voice. They didn't have one type of voice. Each one sounded good and each one sounded completely different. But last few years, there have been some musicians who are past their prime, but they don't retire. They still keep singing. When Shruti is gone, clarity is gone, everything is gone. But because they are big names or whatever, we can't say anything bad about them. That's why I can't mention names also. But then the younger generation, they look at these people when they are 70 and 80 and start following that when they are 20 and 30. While you listen to this same 80-year-old when they were 30 years old or 20, it's a different story. So that even in playback, it happens. Playback, one person is uh, still there after 40 years and they sing a certain way now. The current teenagers are trying to sing like these people sing now, not how they sang when they were 20 and 30. So that is a
So
big
here
thing.
I would like to ask you a question, like with regard to voice, you said voice is the main factor, to make the concert
One factor.
memorable. One factor which is a main, I feel, as you
Main, I don't
main,
know.
because why I asked is like voice is something which is very inherent, right from the childhood, which we
No,
get it. But is it like
no.
developing? No, suppose if one,
Develop,
yeah.
not inherent.
So even see, they have a voice when they're a child, for example, when they're a
Yeah.
teen, their voice change, their voice box changes, and then after that, when they mature as an adult, they have a voice, for example, and after that, it's done. I mean, it doesn't, lose
No,
more, but that they can change the voice itself through training. Like that's what.
absolutely, absolutely. See,
Ah,
my voice is like this. It is very high pitched and soft. So
okay.
when I first started traveling as an adult, I was 22, 23 years old, and
Mm,
I stay in a hotel and I call room service. I want to order a tomato soup. I say hello, and then they say yes, madam. They'd say so because
mm,
they would feel it's a female.
mm,
So
mm,
because I didn't sound like a male at all.
mm,
So
mm,
then I didn't have any bass. So now see if I keep this what is it? Mm, this is A sharp, Shruti. So
mm,
sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa sa. So,
mm, mm,
so three octaves. Uh, I didn't have higher range or lower range. Only sa re ga ma pa da ni. This was my range.
mm,
So the lower range, I had to work, and not I had to. I'm still working, so that I'll develop a nice, rich. And there's no point. Okay, my voice is ni da pa. I'm singing pa, but it's very flat pa like that. Then you can say you hit pa, but it sounds rough and harsh. So to get the same rounded ga, that same smooth quality, I have to get in lower ga also and ga. Also. Then I'm not only talking of octaves. There's
mm.
just one range is just one aspect. Then
Right, right.
being in tune, each note. We say sing in Shruti. When they say sing in Shruti, we generally talk about sa and pa blending. But ma has its place, dha has its place, each note has its place.
Swarasthanam, correct.
So Swarasthanam should be correct, Gamakam should be correct. Then pronunciation should be aesthetic and
Mm.
not vulgar. Using them Deva Deva Kalayami Te Charanambuja Sevanam. Close the mouth. Nam
Mm.
Sevanam. That
Um,
doesn't sound good, no? Kalayami Te Charanambuja Sevanam. This sounds horrible.
mm.
And somebody says,
Sound is
somebody who,
different. Mm.
it's a modulation.
Not.
It's modern. In fact, on December 21st, yeah, I think December 21st in Madras, in Parthasarathi Sangeetha Sabha, my student Amruta Venkatesh and I, we have a lecture demonstration which is about this only. That
Okay.
the measured aesthetic pronunciation. The pronunciation not only in lyrics, in voice modulation, in while singing alapana also, so many other sounds come than ah. Huh? Tararana. So it's like, what? Some squeezing and some nasal, some other sounds will come. I'm not saying you should only sing ah, no, but some
And
aesthetic thing should be there,
the
not
measurement, right? I mean, the correct measurement of
a measurement. Some people say if you take a note like a lotus flower, if it's closed, it'll be a bud. If it's fully open, means it'll be like this. So should be like this, like mostly open, partially open lotus flower. That should be the image for the notes which you sing, not ba or like So,
Sir, do you sing your guru's compositions most widely or your own compositions? And
I don't compose at all. I have not composed them. This is my usual story, which people seem to like it. If I die, I say when I'm alive, I don't compose, but when I die, I'll decompose. so, so
so all your guru's compositions, I
Guru,
mean,
yeah,
for
I
example,
was
Balamurali sir have composed a lot of kritis and
I was very fortunate to be with a guru who is a legend in as a Vagyakara also. So see, I don't know. I've never learnt Dikshitar Kriti from Dikshitar or
Ah,
Swadhitrinal Kriti from Swadhitrinal. So for 18 years to learn around nearly to more than 200 compositions directly from the composer, it's like you win pure gold. You win a lottery. So naturally, since I have learnt compositions from him, not only have I learned, I have taught others and presented them before him also. So he died with the peace of mind knowing that not only will this guy sing his compositions correctly, but he's passing it on to the next generation also correctly. So, and I hope the next generation is even Amrita, for example, her students also sing some of these songs very nicely, and I'm hoping their students will also continue. Because with Tyagaraja Dikshitar, we did not have that luxury of hearing their audio recordings or knowing exactly how they sang. So at
okay.
least with where it is available, we should try and be as much of fidelity to the original. I'm not saying we should imitate the composer.
So which one has gained more recognition? Like, for example, a Tyagaraja Kriti or the one composed by Balamurali
Oh,
sir?
100% Tyagaraja. More than, you see, I
Huh.
am a Malayali. There are so many people from Madras who are Tamil, many from Karnataka who are Kannadiga. But maximum sung compositions are Tyagaraja. If you look at the song list of 100 concerts by 100 different people from the past, like 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s to now, you will find maximum more than 60 to 70% Tyagaraja Kritis. Then
No.
Dikshite. After Tyagaraja, there is a reason also. The reason is that Tyagaraja lived to be in his 80s and he had a very wide Shishya Sampat. He had many disciples. So he'll teach one disciple, there's 15 songs. He'll teach another disciple, another 15 songs. So these people would travel all over. So I had four gurus. And Balamurali Krishna is very clear. Balamurali Krishna's guru is Parupalli Ramakrishna Pantulu. His guru is Susarla Dakshinamurti. His guru is Manambu Chavadi Venkata Subbaya. And his guru is Tyagaraja. So my Vechur sir is his guru is Shamangri Srinivas here. His guru is Maharajaram Vishwanath here. And his guru is somebody, and his guru is Patna Subramanian Tyagaraja. So many Carnatic musicians who are learning Sari Sarigama also, if they look at this is my teacher, my teacher's teacher, it goes to Tyagaraja. So that disciples only have popularized these compositions all over South India, not only in his location. Balamurali sir's guru's guru went to Tiruvayar to learn from him and then went back to Andhra Pradesh and started spreading Tyagaraja compositions there.
Sir,
So
what about Balamurali sir's compositions? For example, I've heard you sing Bala Tripura Sundari.
Bala Tripura Sundari is
It's a very
not
beautiful
his
song.
composition. It is
Ah, okay.
his guru's song.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, sorry, his grandfather's song.
So his from
His,
his family.
his grandfather was a very if I have two eyes, like my pet composers are Prayaga Rangadasa and Kaivara Amaranarayana, because I am the only person who sings them. More than see Purandardasa, Annamacharya, Bhadrachal Ramadas, Swadhitrinath, there's so many I like actually. But these two, I feel like endangered species. I have to protect them and bring them out. Otherwise, they'll just disappear. That feeling I have, particularly towards Prayaga Rangadasa. There's some sweetness in his inherent sweetness that even if we don't know Telugu, we might be Malayali, Kannadiga, Tamil, foreigner, doesn't matter. But I've given concerts in Muscat or in Dubai or in America or Germany. And I sing one Prayaga Rangadasa song, immediately you find the audience kind of smiling and feeling. There's some built-in positive glow, light or happiness. So that I
So
sing.
his
Balamurali says,
compositions or from his families, those compositions have also spread quite.
not much.
I mean, that's what I wanted to
Nobody
ask.
paid, even Balamurali sir didn't pay much attention to Prayaga Rangadasa because he was popularizing his own compositions first. So first he used to sing his own composition. Then everybody used to criticize him, saying, "Hey, why is he singing his own composition?" No. So he sang Tyagaraja song. He sang his own composition. Dikshitar sang his own composition. So I am blessed with the ability to compose music and lyrics, and I can praise God using my own words. So why I should use somebody else's words? For a normal person who cannot compose, we take songs by Tyagaraja or Patna Subramanian or Mutaya Bhagavatar or Dikshitar or anybody. So he used to sing Tyagaraja Kritis also more correctly than most others did because he was a Telugu native speaker. So automatically the splitting of the lines and avoiding unnecessary sangatis just for the sake of sangati 2, sangati 3, that he used to avoid. Just aesthetically present the song. He was very flamboyant. He could go up and down, and all that he did in raga, lapana and swaram, but not in the song. If you listen to his rendition of songs, they are very, very neat. Maybe Kshirasagara Sena is the only song I've heard where Taraka Nama, he used to hit the high note just to show that he could hit the high note. But most Tyagaraja Kriti's sublime renditions. Some songs, like Sitamma Mayamma or Vandana Murakunandana, it's beautiful. You hear him, or Sujana Jeevana. Many are there. When you hear his version, you feel, oh, wow, it's like so sweet. Tyagaraja would have been so happy to hear his song sung like this.
So this reminds me of one thing, like regarding the language. I mean, how does one, acquire that proficiency in rendering in that respective language? Because being a native from Kerala or Chennai, like singing Telugu or Kannada, like, I mean, I think they have to go an extra effort to
Definitely.
kind of imbibe in their
Yeah,
singing,
definitely.
right?
Now, we have to do it. We have taken it as
So,
our profession, no?
yeah, it should look like you're a Telugu singer or a Kannada singer or a
Yeah,
Tamil. It should not like, influence your native
yeah,
from
no,
where you come.
absolutely. In my
And
case, for
also,
example, if I sing a Telugu
he says
song,
Shravana
I
Sugam, like, not
uh,
listening to me. He says Shravana Sugam of,
Sarvana,
listening
sir.
to
Absolutely. See, if I sing a Telugu song, I sound like a Telugu. If I sing a
him.
Kannada song, I sound like a Kannadiga. If I sing a Tamil song, I sound like a Tamil. Same with Hindi, Bengali, Malayalam. Only when I speak English, I sound like a Malayali. So if I speak English, it's very obvious
I don't
that
think so, actually.
no, some letters I am aware of that myself, but I don't want to put on a fake accent. I can speak English with a British accent, American accent, or French accent, but that would be put on when I naturally speak like this. And somebody says, "Hey, you sound like a Malayali." I am a Malayali. So American will sound like an American. French will
Yeah.
sound like a French. Arabic will sound like an Arabic when they speak English. So I'm a Malayali speaking English, and if if it is revealed that I am a Malayali, I don't mind. I would rather sound like a Malayali than put on some fake accent.
Well, do you take an extra effort to sing
Oh,
those lyrics? I mean, you
absolutely.
need to practice it more and,
Lot. See, in fact, I have made a video. This is specifically, I made a video for Malayali singers. That is one video in Malayalam in YouTube. How the Malayali accent comes,
yeah,
because
that's,
because some of our playback singers also they may sing in other languages, but every language they sing sounds like Malayalam.
yeah.
No? So how to avoid, one
Yeah.
is like ka, cha, ta, ta, pa. So the hard letters ka, cha, ta, ta, pa. These five letters, when Malayalis sing, they become soft. So
Mm.
mantapa, mantapa becomes mandava. No,
Mm. Mm.
mandaba.
Mm.
No, or
Mm.
thank you thank you very much. You know? So the thank, the end is ka, hard ka. Thank you. We say thank you. No? So kachata tapa, just these five letters. Swati, Tirunal. So swata, kachata ta, Swati, Tirunal. There is Swarinal. 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 So both Swati, Ti, both the Tis are gone. And who sang this Swarinal song? Ramendran. Eh? Ramachandran. Cha. Ramachandran became Ramendran. No? That cha is just swallowed completely. So Swarinal Kriti by Ramendran. So that this causes the
Which reflects in the music, it becomes even more, like kind of.
exactly. So we have to be very deliberate. In fact, I have given an example. There's a Tyagaraja Kriti Vara Leela Gana Lola, where every stanza has one syllable which keeps getting repeated. So alliteration. So Leela. So La వరలీలగాన లోల సురపాల సుగుణజాల భరిత నీలగల హృదాలయ శృతిమూల సుకరుణాల వాల పాలయ శుమ సో la. So this has మునిచింతనీయ స్వాంత nta comes in one charanam. మునిచింతనీయ స్వాంత నరకాంతక నిగమాంత చరణకాంత కుశలవాంత రహితదాంత కుజవసంత సంతతాంతకస్తుత. So santatantaka. So ta comes. So I was teaching this to a Malayali colleague of mine who is a good singer, but very, very, very Malayali. So when he was singing, Santatantakastuta will become Sandatantakasuta. So, and Munichintaniya Swanta will become Munichindaniya Swanda. So it's not Chinda and Swanda, it is Chinta and Swanta. So Munichintaniya Swanta will be Munichindaniya Swanda. Naragandaga Nigamanda Charanakanda Kusalavanda Rahitadanda Kujavasanda Sandatandagastuta. Then I tried and tried and tried and tried. Then I said, see, the song has like 11 charanam. They all have exactly the same tune. So this Muni Chintaniya charanam, don't sing.
And even for Lola also, sir, like, that La also sometimes.
Yeah. Lola, Varali, I
Lola.
sometimes show Varali Lagana Lola, Surapala, Suguna Jala, Bharita Nila Galahrida Laya, Shruti Mula, Sukaruna, Lava, Lapa, Laya, Shuma. Even hard letters like Ksha, Nararaksha, Nira Jaksha, Vararakshasa, Mada Shikshaka Sura, Yakshasanaka, Rukshapatinuta, Kshaharana, Paksha, Daksha, Shikshaka, Priya. So what a brain, no, Tyagaraja? It's a playful song, but the
Beautiful.
genius of his lyrics, every charanam has beautiful, like studded, diamond studded. So how can you say, oh, only music matters? Then it's nice. But when you look at the lyrics also, each charanam has its own different color, no? Even they're shining.
Sir, do you believe that the our talent is more, when it is acquired, it's inborn or acquired, like which
Both.
is more, does it go
Both.
together, or when if it's inborn, you can do it more? Because there is a belief, like, inborn talents. When we say something, they say, no, it's an inborn talent, so it will come very easily. You cannot acquire it.
No,
So I believe that you can acquire it also.
I find that more
Um,
acquired people do better in life than inborn people who don't have the discipline or the focus, because everything comes easily to them. They just take it casually. While like the hare and the tortoise, no, the hare will just run around and sleep, and what the tortoise is plodding along, plodding along, plodding, and wins the race. In fact, there are videos on YouTube, actual hare and tortoise race. It exactly happens. The hare will sit for some time, just run, and tortoise will just go and reach the end first. Actual videos are there. It's not a fable. So in my field, I have seen of course, there are people who are phenomenally talented, who are dedicated, committed, focused. That is also there. I'm not saying they are the top people. Like say, Zakir Hussain, for example. Zakir Hussain is very, very talented, but equally hardworking also. While I'm talking about the average music student, I find some people who get it very easily, they're kind of easygoing. While some people like me who are not very talented, for us, even to be in Shruti, it took so many years because it is not reaching. So I still remember Vechur sir's pained face saying, Talipote. It's like, push it up. It's not quite reaching. It's just one hair breadth below. So for me to get to sing in Shruti, even that didn't come. While some people, they just open their mouth, hey, hey, means they'll just hit the note correctly by birth. So Kishore Kumar was one example, like SP Balasubramaniam, Kishore Kumar. They are these phenomenally talented, but they had the discipline and work
Mm.
ethic also. So they came.
Either
That's why
ways,
this
discipline is very important. That's your
very,
point.
very, very. Without that, any amount of talent, there's no point. In
Mhm.
fact, a very, very talented person, if they go bad, they can excel in going bad also. They can become
Mhm.
more bad than a dull person going bad.
Mhm.
Not only in music, but in life also.
Right.
So,
So, have you sung for dance performances? Like,
and in fact, I have a friend who is now in her 80s. So she has a daughter who married a French man, and they
Mhm.
were living in Paris at that time.
Mhm.
So then my friend, who is now 80 years old, did Bharatanatyam. In fact, she was the first person ever to dance Bhavayami Raghuramo. Because Semangudi Srinivasar had tuned Bhavayami as a Ragamalika. M.S. Subbalakshmi had released her record with Venkatesa Suprabhatam and Bhavayami Raghuram. And it
Mhm.
was this new thing on the market.
Mhm.
Then my friend learnt dance under Kanchipuram Ellappa Mudaliar, so who's
Mhm.
a legend from that time. So even Bala Saraswati, Lakshmi Vishwanathan, people like that have learned from him also.
Mhm.
So when her daughter married a Frenchman and she was going to Paris to stay with her daughter for some time, there's a dancer who's still there in Paris called Malavika. So
Mhm.
Malavika was the first French lady who came to Madras to learn dance. Now many, 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 many come. They
Mhm.
all take Indian names also. So her name is Christine Klein. So Christine Klein became Malavika. So my friend, her name is Geeta Narayanan. So Geeta Narayanan had a dance performance in Malavika's salon. It's in her house. They have a one big room where they have performances. So then I said, since you are going to dance, and she had recordings of Ellappa Mudaliar, very, very good. See, he would sing and play clarinet and do Nattuvanga and play Mridangam also. So, and each syllable from his mouth, they are like one shower of pearls. Very, very, very aesthetic and beautiful the way Ellappa sang. I have heard because of her only. And Malavika was also Ellappa Mudaliar's student. So then I sang, I was not going to Paris, but I sang one French song for her to dance in Paris. So
Oh, okay.
it is an Abhinayam possible song. It is like the pleasure of love lasts only one moment, but the
Mhm.
pain of love lasts forever. So it is like plaisir d'amour ne dure qu'un moment. Chagrin d'amour dure toute la vie. J'ai tout quitté pour l'ingrate Sylvie. I quit everything for the ungrateful Sylvie. It's a male song. So then, but she quit me for another lover. No? So I gave up everything for Sylvie, but she left me for another lover. Then there's this stream bordering a field, and she used to repeat that as long as this water in the stream flows, I will love you. I will love you. But the water is still flowing, but she is gone. So that is the idea of the song. So this I
That's the
sang.
only experience, or any other?
Yeah, that's the only experience I've had singing for dance. In fact, some people, because I am so involved with the lyrics, naturally I kind of do some abhinayam myself while singing. So people ask me, "Have you studied dancing?" I say, "No, I don't. Haven't studied." Even Balamurali sir, his signature is Murali. So,
Mm.
for example, in one of his compositions, when the word Murali comes, I'll just show Sri Krishna like that. So then people feel, oh, Murali. So, Madana Kadana Kutu Haludu Rammana Birana Bira. So, in that, Madana Made Virisene, Adara Made Murusene, Mathura Ganam Bade Na Murali. So, Murali, still photo.
Really? Okay.
Like that. Manoharudade. So some the lotus or eyes or some
Mhm.
little thing will come while singing.
Mhm.
But singing for dance, because I think for dance you have to specify the number of times a line is repeated and
Yeah, the
whatever. So
repetitions are more, and each repetition is different. Mm.
different.
I'm sure you
So
might have got a lot of invitations from
not much actually.
friends,
Mm.
maybe to sing.
not
Sing,
not
can
much.
I?
Yeah, I've never made statements like I'll never sing for dance, I'll never do fusion, I'll never sing for films, nothing like that. Till now, life has gone a certain way, and till now, this is what I've done. But
Understood.
what comes tomorrow, I have no. See, I never thought I'll sit alone in a room and look at my phone and make videos and post on YouTube. I never thought till the pandemic and lockdown happened. So from 2007, 8, my videos are there on YouTube until 2020. But I never made a video for YouTube because there are actual concerts and classes and lectures, videos come on YouTube. Then if somebody had told me, one day you will sit alone in a room, look at a phone and make a video, I'll say, hey, no, 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 I'll never do that. But yeah, I did. you know, in that made me very relaxed actually. Because at first it was very awkward to sit alone in this room and look at a phone and just talk. I don't know who's going to watch the video. But having done that over 2 years, 2020 and 21, I became very relaxed. See, that's why I'm talking to you like this, though we are meeting for the first time. So people might feel that we are old friends and we are just
Yeah,
having a
yeah,
chat.
very right, right.
Yeah.
So
So I
do
can
you
put
feel
others
like,
at ease also. Huh?
yeah, so sorry to interrupt, sir.
No problem.
So, just going to the next question, sir.
You are the boss,
Does
and the
the
boss is allowed to interrupt.
because our experience, I mean, our conversation never ends when we get into a particular topic.
Mm.
So I thought I'll just move on to the next. Sir, do you, I mean, does the audience attract to more of crowd pullers? Like, I mean, for the shows, like, there are, I've seen artists who are like more of crowd pullers and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
apart from
It is
singing.
there.
So do
Yeah,
they
yeah.
attract more or like they go actually with the content? What is it?
Content. There are some people who know what they like. See, my favorite was MD Ramanathan. So he
Uh-huh.
was not a crowd puller, but I never missed his concert. As long as I was very young at that time. Still, so I'm very clear about me as a listener. I'm saying as a listener, I'm very clear about whom I like. I like violin V.V. Subramaniam. I used to like T.K. Govindarao. These are people, and Govindarao was not a crowd puller. But I would go for his concerts definitely. Volati Venkateswarlu, oh my God, what music! Till he died, I never missed a single concert of his in Madras or if he came to Trivandrum or wherever. And very few people would be there. While there will be some other musician who was singing really crudely, but the audience would be overflowing. That people will be sitting on stage also. So then you wonder what is he. But then there is one low-level taste. I'll give you an example. You look at Rowan Atkinson, who acted as Mr. Bean. So he acted as Mr. Bean, where there is hardly any conversation. He's just a stupid guy, manipulative guy who's bumbling around and making a fool of himself. He has a genius level IQ, Rowan Atkinson. He made feature films called Johnny English, Part 1, 2, and 3. Then he did several TV serials. One is called The Thin Blue Line, where he's a police officer and his wife is also a police officer. So in the police station, he's the boss and wife is his subordinate. But at home, wife is the boss and he has to obey her. So it's a very, very funny serial called Thin Blue Line. Some of it is available online also. Then he did another very big one, the British history, I forgot. Blackadder. Blackadder is another very big series. So many things he did with his speaking is like like heaven almost. The way he used his voice and accent and spoken comedy. But it is the same guy's Mr. Bean Avataram, which is spread all over the world. So that is the lowest comedy he did. While his own higher comedy, the higher the comedy, the fewer the people are even aware of that. No, so in music also, I'm not talking about low and
Especially the
high.
commoners who
Ah,
doesn't understand the
and,
language or the technicalities of music, they go
exactly.
more on the physical, the gestures or.
Just something. See, I sing Bhairavi Swarajati by Shyama Shastri Kamakshi. So Kamakshi, it has a lot of lower range sancharams, and many people the voice it may not even go down. So my Kamakshi, it's there available on YouTube also. It is a good Kamakshi, if I may say so myself. So I am capable of singing a Bhairavi Swarajati Kamakshi like that. But if you look at among my songs, which is most popular, it will be Bala Tripura Sundari, which doesn't even follow a ragam. Then there's a Sri Rama Ni Namamu Jihvaku Ruchiga Unnadi. That is also is a folk song. It has no raga. So then I'm singing Kalyani Atatala Varnam, which is a very heavy Varna. So Sankarabharana Atatala Varnam. So all these things I'm singing, but when I sing clap and sing Sagga, Maga, people like. So because there's nothing scary about it, we can also clap and everybody is happy. I love that song. If I don't love, I won't be singing it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there is no higher music or lower music. Each one is good. I mean, food, you have curd rice, you have pickle, and you have payasam also. So pickle is nice. You can't have this much pickle, only one drop. No.
True, very true.
Yeah. So different
To a
taste.
limit, it's fine. Like,
There is one statement. No, there is no accounting for public taste. Sometimes you wonder why this person became so popular, and sometimes you wonder, this person is so amazing. How come they didn't become popular also? So then we don't know. There are so many factors.
right, right. Sir, while you were talking about Sahityam, we have, compositions, not compositions, sorry, I mean, the numbers like Javali, Padam, uh, Kriti, Kirtanai, which is more on Bhakti, and this is more on the Naika, or, the
Sringaram.
Sahityam changes from one to one. So, what is the meter, like, how is it has to be sung? For example, Javli will be a little faster and Padam will be a
Fast.
little slow. And does that apply to music also? And the way
Yeah,
you
yeah.
sing all the three, because everything it should not look the same, right? And when you sing, because
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
I've seen in Carnatic music, they sing Javli is also a little slower, like,
Uh,
so does it really go on a slow pace or does it go
I
faster than
mean,
the Padam?
usually they say for Javali, the Telugu used will be more colloquial.
Ah,
So, Chakani Sami, whatever, but Padam will be apparently a little more classical.
yes.
That's what they say. So generally, it depends on whether it's Naika feeling Sringaram or whether she's Khandita Naika, she's angry means it will be faster only. Right? Like,
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is
Okay,
just
depending on the mood of the Naika. Okay.
depending on the, yeah. So it is saying she's pleading and beseeching and telling her friend, see, I'm waiting for him. He hasn't come and I'm feeling tired. I've not eaten for so many days. I've not slept for so many days. That's the idea. So you can feel weak and sad and, oh, see, I have not slept for so many days and whatever. Then same thing, you can say, "Huh, I've not even eaten for so many days." What is this? No, same idea you can
We can
express
implement in music as well.
angry or
Anything
sad.
particular that we have to sing it this way? Anything which should be noticed? That's what I'm asking while singing
I, I,
three. The,
uh, anything, not Padam Javali. See,
uh,
Tillan, for example, in fact, Balamurli sir, privately, publicly, he wouldn't say that. His Tillanas are meant to be sung only, not to be danced. But so many
yeah.
dancers, they take his Tillanas and change it to make them suitable for that. So you sing Tillana Nadridim, Tadaratani Nadridritum, Nadridritum, Dim, then Tajanu Dimita, Janu, the Dimita, Tarikata Jam, Tani the Jam, it's a jump, it's a sparkling Tillana. Then one dancer comes, Tillana Nadridim, Tadaratani Nada. Oh, it's like, so these are dim, na, 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 it's like a machine gun
Yeah.
firing. Na 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 dilli la na dilla na na dridim dim na dridim na dridim na 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 dilli la na dilla na na dridim dim na dridim na dridim na na dim na na tadigi na ta takita jam ta jam tari ta jam tari ta na dridim na dim na na tadigi na ta takita jam ta jam tari ta na dridim na dilli la na dilla na na dim di na dridim Nadridim sogasulura hoyalu korini taricheridini nira kshira nyaya mai marich. So this whole Tilana will finish within 1.5 minutes. Then you look at the dance performance. Dim na 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 dilila na dilla na nadridim dim nadridim da na na and some extra sangatis and kora. Oh my god. So,
So
this
to
is
be honest, I have also performed with Brindana Sarga. It's such a beautiful Tilana, to be
beautiful, Tilana,
honest.
yeah. But that whole spirit, it's
No, but somehow my Guruji used to take this Tilana because he said it's a very one of his, beautiful
yeah. See, well,
rhythm.
see, Madurai Krishnan or Lalgudi Tilanas are more conducive to be danced.
Yeah.
that's why they are danced a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Balamurli Tilanas, they are actually not. Dhimna na ta tira na takita taka dhimna na ta tira na takita taka dhimna tumna kukutari kita taka taka dili do taka taka dina do taka dina do taka dim. So how can you num kita taka nam kita taka taka dim dim taka kita taka 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 num kita taka nam kita taka taka dim dim kita taka jana taka dittalangu taka do dittalangu taka do taka dittalangu taka dim na. So it's just very brisk and bright, and it's a masculine tilana you're showing. Yeah, it's a
விறுவிறுப்பு in Tamil.
விறுவிறுப்பு விறுவிறுப்பு.
விறுவிறுப்பு.
Exactly, it's விறுவிறுப்பு, and it is a showpiece. See, it is not, we can't sing with that feeling at Tyagaraja Kriti where he's crying to Rama, see, you're so nice to that guy and this guy and that guy, only me, you're not my knee. What is it? So that feeling, if you feel like that, then it will sound like crying only. In fact, some NRI students, American born Indian students, when we explain the meaning of Tyagaraja Kritis, they ask, why is he complaining all the time? They ask. So there's a lot of whining and complaining happens because he's saying, well, this is not like that. This is, I am a performer, I am good, I'm sitting on stage with violin and mridangam, I want applause, I want money, I want fame, here, take. So it's a very blatant and unapologetic showpiece, Balamurli Sir Tilanas. So there we have to let go and sing. My basic approach in talking, singing, everything is little soft. But when I sing a Balamurli Tilana, it is different. I don't hold back.
Sir, how do you define improvisation? I mean, what is the limit to improvising? Because, okay, I improvised this composition. I did a lot of improvisation. So what is the limit, that we can do? It should not go away from the
You can,
that measurement, for example,
then
how
you
do you
can,
define
you
improvisation?
can see it like a river. When there's no water, there's nothing. But there is enough water, it's flowing. Then there's a lot of water, it's like really flowing heavily. But if it gets flooded and it will breach the bank, means whole area will be destroyed. So same with the improvisation. We have very clear rules in what ragam, what phrases can be sung. So we have to keep that in mind and not go out of the ragam. So I saw one Hindustani musician, one great old legend. He was saying improvisation is like we can fly. So I'm an Indian and I can fly. And now I'm living in Bangalore. I can fly over Bangalore. I can even go to Madras or Bombay. But I don't fly into Pakistan air territory. There we don't go. We are remaining here and flying. So like that improvisation also, I'm singing Shankarabharanam and improvising means I'll remain in Shankarabharanam only. I don't go to Todi or Bhairavi. But unfortunately, some people who are blessed with a lot of manodharmam or creativity, if the motivation is not why, but why not? It is like in Shankarabharanam, we oscillate the madhyamam and we keep the gandharam played. So re, then ga is playing, ma or ma, ma, pada ma, pada ni ma. So ma is also ma, ma is also ma. But I am going to sing only ma plain. So Sari ga ma pada pa ma ga. Nobody has said, it's not written anywhere that you should not sing plain ma in Chakravarthi. It is like saying you should not wear your dhoti or veshti on top, and you should not wear your shirt below. Nowhere is it written. Or you should not put a piece of chocolate when you are making sambar. So everything, if you feel, why not? See, nobody has said you should not put chocolate in sambar. So I am going to put chocolate. Then it will become anarchy and it just go somewhere. So for me, my second guru, Balamurali Krishna, was all about freedom. And he would say, if you like, you do. That is all. Well, my original guru, Vechur Hari Subramanian sir, and even more my Vina guru, K.S. Naraswamy, they were so faithful to the ragam that the values they installed in me, even if I sing in a foreign country where nobody has heard Carnatic music ever, I can do anything. In that situation also, mentally, I'll plant Vechur sir and K.S. Naraswamy in the audience. And I imagine they are there. I am in this alien culture in front of foreigners and they are listening to me. And I'm doing some nonsense, means they'll feel, my God, we worked so hard on training this kid, and look at what he's doing. He's doing some nonsense. They should never feel like that. So I owe it to my gurus, and I owe it to myself also. I have a
Mm.
conscience also. Just because somebody doesn't know, he doesn't know anything, so I'll just sing some
Yeah,
crap,
take
and
it for granted. Yeah,
yeah,
true.
that we have a duty to
Right.
ourselves to
True.
be true to ourselves, true to the spirit of the composers, be true to the spirit of the music also.
True.
So that
So present day, do you find more of improvising or like modernizing it completely? Like
modernizing happens a lot, lot.
in recent days, like where we have more artists and talents, you feel they
Eh,
are
Yeah,
modernizing.
yeah.
Mm.
I feel some people feel some old-fashioned feeling about the traditional approach. So they feel you have to make it more jill by
Mm.
adding some electronic instrument, or
Mm.
saxophone or keyboard or something they feel like doing. Again, I have not done till today. Maybe tomorrow I'll do. I don't know. Till now,
Mm.
my vehicle has been running with the authentic stuff. But we don't know what all
Yeah.
costumes we'll have to wear in life. We don't know. So,
Sir, regarding language, like which language do the audience prefer to hear much? Anything of that sort, or like anything
I see,
will entertain
since
the
a
audience?
vast majority of Carnatic music listeners are Tamil, the
Oh,
Tamil songs are appreciated by a vast majority because they are Tamil. But in my case, since I learned the meaning of the songs and I explain mostly, if the
okay.
say suppose it's just Krishna 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 Rama 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 Rama, you don't need to explain. People will understand. It's a Namavali.
Mm.
But when there is a content, lyrical, when a thought or idea is expressed, I kind of explain the meaning.
Mm.
Because of that, I'm talking about myself only. My listeners, so many people like Bala Tripura Sundari. The people who like Bala Tripura Sundari are not Telugu. The song is Telugu. Or the Sri Rama Sagamaga. So that Balamurali set the lyrics, Sri Rama, Ni Namamu Jihvaku Ruchiga Unnadi. Sri Rama, your Namam, your name,
Mm.
Jihva is tongue. It feels tasty on the tongue.
Mm.
ఎప్పుడు ఎవ్వేళ మనసు మరవకునే ఎనీ టైమ్ ఆల్ టైమ్ మై మైండ్ విల్ నాట్ ఫర్గెట్ యూ సో హీ
Mm.
ట్యూన్డ్ ఇట్ లైక్ అ ఫోక్ సాంగ్ శ్రీరామ నీ నామము జిహ్వా
Mm.
గురుజిగా ఉన్నది ఎప్పుడు ఎవ్వేళ మనసు మరువకున్నది సో ఇన్ ద హీ సాంగ్ ఇట్ ఓన్లీ వన్స్ ఇన్ హిస్ హోల్ లైఫ్ టైమ్ ఇన్ ఎ
Mm.
స్టూడియో so it had one violin music, ting ting, ting ting, like that. So I like the background music. So I said, I want that ting ting also. So I just put a set of swarams based on that tune. So sagga maga re sa ni pari ne re pamaga re sa. Hey, sagga maga, like that. So this I added. This is also to introduce small children to Swarasthanam. So,
Swaraj.
and it is not very easy. Sagga maga is okay. Pare, mare, ne, re. So, many people, when they learn wrongly, listening to my recordings, they will be saying pare, mari, but instead of ga, the position will gari, they'll mari, they'll sing. The position is not ma, this is ga only, ma is the ma position, mari, pare, mari. So that when they learn correctly,
Mm. They
they
can.
get a taste of the notes also.
Right.
But so many people who like my music, they love the song, though they don't speak a single word of Telugu
Okay. That depends
because
on the
of the melody.
situations as well. Huh, melody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course, if you, any person, see in Karnataka, you sing Kannada songs correctly, so then definitely it'll touch. But then again, Kannada song Tamburi Mitidava Bhavabdhi Datidava. I'm a Malayali. I've in fact even taught it in Dubai. The video is there in
Mm.
YouTube also. You search for Prince Rama Varma lesson Dubai Tamburi Mitidava. You find one
Mhm.
whole room full of people who speak Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, Tamil, all language people singing Tamburi Mitidava perfectly. So
Perfect.
then we break the
Mm.
barriers of language.
Mm.
If we respect all language, suppose I feel no, only my language is good means there are many people who feel only their language is good. That
Yeah.
arrogance of language,
Yeah.
each language is good. If you hear a language and you feel it's not good means you have not heard that language spoken properly. Like a raga also. Oh, I don't like Atana. Means then that means you have not heard Atana sung properly.
Right.
Every raga is beautiful. Some preference may be there. See, tea is good, coffee is good. I might like coffee more. So that according to our tastes, we may have
True.
preferences. But good, bad languages, they are all. I like languages a lot. Even
Sir, you
Saraswati,
have,
no. Uh,
yes,
but,
please, sir, continue.
Saraswati, we say she is the goddess of music and literature. So
Ah,
for me, rather than one lady sitting with a veena and a book, for
yeah,
me, music and literature are God for me.
true, true, true.
Uh,
Sir, you have been a student, then a performer, and then teacher, and then, I believe you're an organizer too. When we had a small chat, I got to know that you organize festivals. And so, what are the challenges that while doing all the roles
uh,
in
Organizer is very
single-handed?
challenging. Uh,
Yeah. So, maybe
Organizers
the most
because
challenging is organizing in this
yeah,
list.
one of the most top challenging because we are not singing. So you have to select the correct candidates, treat them nicely, give the audience what they want. So many aspects. I should be happy. The musicians who come should be happy. The audience should be happy. We have to raise the money. Somebody comes and spends 3 hours of their time means when they go back, we should pay them so nicely that they should not only feel happy that they came, they should, oh, I hope he'll call me again. No, with that kind of full heart, they should leave.
So,
Otherwise, we have failed. So then so many other travel, the stay, the food. Then suppose I have a 10-day festival and there are musicians A, B, C, D, and A and B hate each other, for example, and they are staying in the same place. So when I slot the concerts, I should ensure that A and B are not put next to each other because before A leaves, if B comes and finds him there, B's concert will fail because B comes and sees this guy whom he doesn't like. So we have to know, and some people are best friends today, and tomorrow they are the worst of enemies. So before each festival, we have to find out currently who all are on good terms and who all are not on good terms, and ensure that they don't meet each other. Yeah. No, so many aspects are there. For me, the number one pleasure is learning. Even now, my gurus physically may not have, may not be alive now, but me as a learner, that learning uh, goes on continuing. Each time I discover a new song, and I want to learn that, then I get one note, I learn one lyric, I learn one stanza. Slowly, that song
you
which I have
love the
only
role of
heard
a
now, it
learner
is
more than
internalized.
anything
Hmm?
else. You love the role of a learner more than anything
More
else.
than anything else, absolutely. Even now, teacher, it's a pleasure. It's a very very happy byproduct of me as a learner. When I teach, and I, in fact, right now on screen there are some people. I don't want to show any partiality by mentioning one name or two names, but there are some people I can see online right now. The way they have sung some songs which I have taught so beautiful that suppose it's a Balamurli Tilana, for example, I feel sad that Balamurli sir was not alive now to hear how beautifully these people have sung. No, so that really fills the heart when I'm happy to hear somebody sing anything nicely, not my student, any song, anybody singing nicely is nice. But when it is my student singing my teacher's composition correctly in a way I knew he would have been so happy, it's a very special feeling. That is there. But even here, some random person singing. See, there is this Tamil playback singer called T.M. Soundararajan. So
Mhm.
many people who listen to Tamil old film songs, they are very, very familiar with him. They used to call him Vengala Koral. He had a
Mhm.
voice like brass. It was such
Mhm.
a strong voice. So this T.M. TMS, he was called TMS. There is a recording of T.M. Soundararajan singing Tyagaraja's Sita Pate Na Manasuna
Mhm.
available on YouTube. So he sings with violin, mridangam, harmonium, and clarinet.
Mhm.
So only audio, video is not there, but one photo is there, one whole ensemble.
Mhm.
It's very, very, very sweet and charming. So for me, he is known as a playback singer, though he is very classically trained. But to hear the Sita Pate, which is a very popular Tyagaraja Kriti in Kamas, sung by this playback singer, there's one kind of soft, sophisticated polish which we don't find much in Carnatic way. So Prema Joji Napai Peda Manasu. So it's a Prema Joji Napai. The way he sings, like, oh yeah, come on, baby. No? that
Yeah,
some, it's not sexy exactly, but some feeling is
being
very,
effect.
very, very enchanting and
True,
charming.
true.
So I know I haven't sung Sita Pate actually, but if I sing Sita Pate, I definitely will not be able to get TMS out of my mind because it's like, oh wow, it's like, oh yeah, like shining in a certain way. So I'm saying that because it's available on YouTube. You can check out, etc.
Sure, sir. And in a concert, is there anything like, for the main, which you sing as the main urupadi, like
Ah,
these
yeah,
ragas, yeah, any particular ragas have you
yeah.
been using? What is
Normally,
fall
yeah,
on that?
normally we have the what they call the big five, or Shankarabaranam, Kalyani, Todi, Bhairavi,
Mm,
Karagarapriya, then Saveri,
mm,
like that. But and compositions also, not only main. If you listen to many, many, many kacheris, you find that 250-year back period where Tyagaraja, Dikshitar, Swamitrinal, Shyama Shastri, Patna Subramaniya, Gopalakrishna Bharati, many, many songs will be from that period. So, in fact, Tyagaraja, Dikshitar, and Shyama Shastri are called the
mm,
Trinity, but Shyama Shastri compositions are not represented anywhere near how much Tyagaraja and Dikshitar are represented. So
mm,
more than that, Patna Subramaniya and Swatirnal and Mutaya Bhagatar people are represented. So in my case, I like these people. Obviously, Swatirnal is my ancestor also. My festivals are dedicated 100% to Swatirnal. But I find it little restrictive if we sing only songs from 250 years ago. There are many,
mm,
many, many songs which came before them.
mm,
Bhadrachala Ramadas and Talapaka Annamacharya and Sangeetha Pitamaha Purandradasa.
right.
Then Sadasiva Brahmendra, Jayadeva Ashtapatis.
Mm,
So many are there before this period, and so many are there afterwards, like
mm,
G.N. Balasubramanian and Muthaya
mm,
Bhagavatar and
mm,
T.V. Gopalakrishnan and M.D. Ramanathan and Balamurali Krishna. So Papanasa Shivan. So there is, so I like when I select a menu for a concert, I like singing these ancient 600-year-old Annamacharya Purandradasa songs to TVG sir who is still alive. No? That is
mm,
one side. And ragas also, only Shankarabaranam, Kalyani, Bhairavi, Todi again and
mm.
again. So I sometimes sing Amritavarshini main or Bihag
Ah,
main or
yeah.
Hamir Kalyani main.
Behag can be taken as mean.
I take Bihag main
Oh,
very, very, very often. Not
okay.
once in a while.
Not heard
I,
much on
it
Behag.
is my favorite raga. In fact, that means how little you have heard my music because my fans sometimes will say, "Hey, I've heard you sing Behag 10 times. Okay, you sing something else. Don't sing Behag," they'll say because it's one of my oft repeated.
Usually, Behag is seen,
Uh,
towards the end to, create a soothing effect.
Exactly. And
Not
it's a very versatile raga. You can take it in this Drupad style, very meditative, inward-looking ragam. Same thing can be very exuberant and
mm,
bright also, depending on how. There are some ragas, by nature, they'll be little sad sounding. Or some, Kadana Kutulam, for example, if you sing
mm,
Arohana itself, it's bright.
yeah, right.
But Bihag is very versatile. It can
Mm.
be very emotional. It can be very sweet for a lullaby, Kuti Papa song. So it takes many, many colors. I love Bihag a lot.
Sir, next thing is what are the factors that you feel shall be deemed or mandated by the teachers, like, the teachers, who teach Carnatic music? What are the main factors, that has to be noticed?
Main factor is to set an example, not to
Mm.
preach, but set an. See, suppose I am saying, "Hey, you should sing in Shruti," but I am singing off Shruti. Then what's the point? No.
No.
So you should set an example and make people feel, oh wow, I want to do this also.
Mm,
Uh,
mm,
So just talking will sound like preaching only if we don't practice what we preach. So in
mm,
my case, what I tell my students, which I fail very, very badly most of the time, is to listen. You have to
ah,
listen, 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 listen. Two categories. One, to historical recordings of Madhuremani Iyer, of M.D. Ramanathan,
mm,
of Semangudi, of Musiri, of T.K. Rangachari, Pudukot Krishnamurti, Volatti Venkateswarlu.
mm,
So many people. These recordings are right there available in YouTube. Just have to click one button. Many,
mm.
many, 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 many
So the
hours of
recordings were there. True.
are there, but the average Carnatic student these days, they don't listen at all. One, but this is one category. The other category is to physically go and attend live concerts. So
Ah.
now that YouTube is there and so many of my videos are there on YouTube, I find this again and again when a person comes for my concert and say, "Oh, sir, I have been listening to your YouTube videos for so many years now, but hearing you live, oh, it's a different experience altogether. That only if you attend live only you'll know." No? So to listen to and not you're on your phone and some music is playing, not like that, but
Do
giving
some
full
other work.
attention. Yeah, not multitasking, but giving full attention and listening to music recordings and physically going for live concerts and really observing and going and listening to music from a learner's point of view. I'm not sitting there to be entertained. Suppose even today I go for a concert means I'm going there hoping that by the time the concert finishes, I will learn something which I didn't know before. Maybe a new ragam, maybe a new composition, maybe a new composer, maybe one phrase. Oh, in Kalyani, this phrase sounds very good and nice. You take. So I'm waiting to add to my uh, repertoire or my weapons or whatever, something to learn. And when he sang like that, how did he play violin? Sometimes the same phrase the singer sings, exactly the same phrase the violinist plays, and the violin played like that, but somehow it didn't sound like the singing. Same thing with MS Gopalakrishnan or people like that. Oh
Right.
my God, the violinist played exactly the same thing, but he sounded more beautiful. So why? The same phrase, why in one violinist we feel it didn't come, and another violinist, same phrase, we feel it's even better than the singing. So we have to ask, it's the intonation and modulation. Sometimes they reduce the speed a little bit or increase the speed a little bit. Small things. So you have to be on high alert and uh, with that mind only you should listen to
Get
music.
to
It's
receive.
not relaxation at all. It's work. Part of like we are practicing like that. It's work only when you are listening also.
Sir, on the same note, like to be a Carnatic musician, like, when do you, I mean, what do you think, like, a child kind of goes through the journey, and when is it exactly that they get the status of a Carnatic musician?
I wonder because in Hindustani music, Hindus and Muslims, the Hindu singer, after they reach a certain level, they are called Pandit so and so. And if
Ah,
it's a Muslim, they are called Ustad so and so. So this Pandit and Ustad prefix, just one good singer who's 20-year-old, we don't call them that. So I
mm,
wondered when exactly this Pandit and Ustad start getting used for Hindustani musicians. So in Carnatic musicians, I really don't know. See, in my case, I'll tell you, when I joined Balamurli sir in
mm,
1994, I would I'd go to his house at 9:30 in the morning and spend till lunchtime. Sometimes I'll have lunch with him, then spend the afternoon there. Evening, we'll have coffee together and spend some more time. By 5:30, I would leave. And every evening, I would listen to a concert live by somebody or the other. In Chennai, every day, somebody will be singing. So hundreds of concerts I heard in Madras at that time in 1994, and I always like sitting in front and listening to the concert, not for VIP reason, but I like that eye contact and I listen very well. So when some small thing happens and I'm showing like that, then the musicians feel very happy. So many musicians, without knowing me, when I was 15, 16 years old, they have said after I grew up and they would play with me, they say, "Oh, I have seen you as a boy sitting in front, you will be listening so nicely, your eyes will be so wide," and whatever they say like that. So uh, when I go, I catch a place in the front row. Concert is at 6 o'clock. I sit there at 5:45 itself. Then the hall gets full. Then some VIP who is a sponsor will walk in at 7:30. The concert is 6 to 9. So 7:30, one sponsor will come. The organizer will come and just, they'll just grab me and throw me out. So I am in the front row in a good seat, and the rest of the hall is full. And because this VIP came, he's a sponsor. He comes 1.5 hours late. He'll look at everybody and do namaskar and whatever. Sit there and he'll look at his watch or mobile. And after 5-10 minutes, they'll leave also.
Believe.
So and I would be thrown out. So then I learned this is what happens in Madras. So I would sit in the third row only. I would not sit in the front row. So if you're in the third row, then nobody will kick you out.
Correct.
I'll come early and I'll sit in the third row. So this happened in 1994, 95, 96. But now, if I go early and I sit in the third row, somebody will go, no, you can't sit behind. Come, sit in front, they'll say. So now I have become a Carnatic musician. So when that happened, I don't know. But somewhere along the line, in new places also, places where I've never been before, somebody, either the musician or the organizer, somebody would say, hey, no, 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 please, please come and sit in front. If you don't sit in front, who will sit in front? You know?
Correct, correct.
So maybe when my hair became gray, I became a Carnatic. If I have a beard, I'll become even greater musician. Now that is a sign of the times. You have a beard means people perceive you as some superior person.
No, the
Because
question
of
why,
that,
because after a few years of learning, maybe 5 years or 6 years or maybe 8 years, they get that status, or they feel like, okay, they have learned everything. I'm a musician now, or because I feel students need to understand that there is a way lot more to pursue and understand and learn. So
the
kind of
ego
a
feeding.
validation, where
Yeah, it's an ego
has to
feeding. I mean,
happen.
ego is like cancer only. Like just like one seed, then it can spread before we know what's happening. So the only sport, not only the few sports I watch, one is tennis, and tennis the payment is more than probably in any other sport. I mean, they have paid how many crores or millions, I don't know, for Wimbledon and French Open and all. But we are paid so much money. But whether it's Roger Federer or Rafael Nadal or Martina Navratilova or anybody, they come carrying their tennis racket. They uh, take it out of the bag and they start playing. They take the championship. They get this much money, more than I'll ever see in my lifetime. Then they pack the racket and they take their stuff themselves. While
themselves.
in Carnatic music, when they are very, very small musicians itself, they have one student carrying the tambura, another person carrying the flask, a third person carrying the lyrics, and so one band of 3, 4 shishyas taking their things already. They have. Then people say, oh, Guru Garu, they dive at our feet and do namaskara. So when we are very young, our sense of reality we lose and we feel we are some superior avatar. So till today, I've never allowed other people to carry my stuff. Like Roger Federer or Nadal, I'll carry my book. I might have flask of water and lyrics and 2 Shruti boxes. All that I'll carry myself. And after the concert also, then if people want to touch my feet, which I don't like, I'll keep my bag. So I have a, yeah.
Shreya,
This is
take
my
of the AC, no?
this is my
Yes.
Pink Panther bag. So, so this has my lyrics. So I'll just keep this bag on my lap. So then no, my feet are no longer accessible. So nobody can touch my feet. They say, okay, namaskar. Okay, thank you. That's enough. So you are learning music. I'm learning music. We are all learning music at different stages. That's all. So I don't feel that just having learned some songs or having developed my voice in a certain way or having mastered some languages, I'm doing my job. Maximum is like, okay, I'm good at my job, but that doesn't make me one superior or elevated or something. We are all human beings only. If somebody hits me here, I'll feel pain. If I drink a lot of water, I'll have to pee. No, that's same for everybody. Yeah, I can feel anger or jealousy or love or sadness or frustration, anything. No.
So do the youngsters get opportunities? Like, I mean, I would not say youngsters, like, do the, Carnatic musicians being, the young artists of today, or do they get enough opportunities to perform
Now, because of social media, it's much better.
better?
Much, much, much better.
They're getting
So
culture.
social media is even me. I am classic
Mhm.
example. I started singing in 1990. So
Mhm.
1990 to 2010, I hardly had any work. So I'll spend my time in Paris and London and Amsterdam because here nobody wanted me. So at least let me see the world and learn a
Correct.
language and discover new kinds of food, which I did, and I'm very happy I did. But after YouTube came, I started getting assignments, including one beautiful lady from Dubai calling me for an online chat today.
Mhm.
So yeah, so see, we don't, the fact that we don't know each other. First time you are just calling me.
True.
So like that, yesterday I had a chat. In fact, I had 3 days online chat in a row. On November 14th, Harita, who organizes my workshops, I had
Mhm.
a Children's Day special chat on 14th.
Mhm.
15th, it's a Telugu lady from America who runs a music school, whom I don't know at all. So she had a chat with me, which will come on Tuesday in their website. I don't know whether later it may come on YouTube. So
Mhm.
today, now you have called me from Dubai, right? So something I must be doing right. Otherwise, why do these people call me? No.
True, true.
Yeah. So yeah, but
So
because of
apart from,
question, yeah.
please continue, continue, sir.
No, but if you concentrate only on social media, There are people who make beautiful videos, which are 3 minutes or 5 minutes long, and they have 10 million views, but
Right.
who cannot give a successful 3 hour concert, a proper
Um,
concert. There's some people who do only medley or only one line of a song. They have lot of fan following online,
mm,
but you don't see them giving proper kacheris. So
right.
in my case, I am a concert artist. I give kacheris on stage. The online presence was a incidental thing, which I suppose YouTube was not there also, and I didn't have concerts also. I'll still be learning. I'll still be practicing. I'll still be improving. Now, because of YouTube and because of getting some concerts or talk like this, I have a platform to express
Right.
some thoughts or some music or whatever. That's all. But youngsters, they're on Instagram and they are much more social media savvy. They know how to
Yeah.
position themselves, how to market themselves.
Yeah.
Some I've seen some young ladies, they go to buy saris in a sari shop to wear for their concerts, and just the way they walk itself will be shown in slow motion, and hair will be all that. So yeah, it's just buying I buy a kurta also, but then there's no video of me kind of floating into a shop and put one shawl like that, and all slow motion. No? Slow motion gives a different. So my question is, okay, you look good, you dress well, sing Todi, sing Bhairavi and show me. Then I'll accept.
Correct.
Not how you are packaged or how you
Right, right.
position.
No, right. I mean, you need to have that actual content rather
Ah,
than
with
just,
content, you
goofing it
can.
up.
Yeah, no, with content, any kind of packaging, hyping, that is okay. But
It's
with
fine.
content should be there. That is.
So,
But
sir, apart from performance aspect, like what other areas can student explore? Why this question? Because like not everybody can be performers. Like some go as teachers, or they
teaching, yeah,
go as scholars or music scholars. Or
yeah.
I mean, like what are the the maximum options, or which they can explore in your opinion?
Many people go for teaching.
Teaching.
Teaching. Some people are research scholars. They take a PhD and MPhil and doctorate.
Mm.
That's also there. And there is a sad level of disconnect between our practical Carnatic music and the academics. So there are so many people who present a paper, they write a thesis and get a doctorate, but they may not be able to sing even the Innukori correctly.
Mm.
And there are so many people who are great musicians, they sing very well, but the theoretical aspect they may not know at all.
Because as a dancer, like I can even sit and show the movements and keep your feet, and then they can do it. I needn't
Uh,
actually perform it, for example. But in
yeah,
music, you need to literally sing, the
sing.
perfect phrase and
Yeah,
demonstrate.
yes. So
So,
you have to be functional.
right.
Otherwise, in fact, I remember one British guy who visited India during British rule. He
Mhm.
was talking about a particular person who played a particular instrument. So I don't want to reveal who, but the British guy had written, he was listening to Carnatic music for the first time, a person playing an instrument and singing. So he was saying he was playing this very difficult instrument, and then whatever, he reached a point when he could not express himself on the instrument, he sang and showed. And then when he could not express himself singing also, he showed with his face. So I'm singing sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa re ga ma ga ga ga. Then I want to go to ga ma pa, but pa my voice does so re ga ma ga. So that way, Gama Pa Magari. So you have to imagine that I hit Pa. So with eyes and hands. So first instrument, then voice, then only eyes and hands. You show and hope the listener will understand what you are intending.
Right, right.
Um,
So learning through social media, like again, I mean, the actual learning has to happen, with the one-on-one class or with the live class. So
Live
again,
classes.
learning, through social media or through listening references can be done. But what about actual learning through
Uh,
social media? It has different
Actual
class.
learning, when you are a certain level, after you have attained a certain level, you can
We can even hear and get the
learn.
facilities without even
Yes.
practicing with the guru, is what you say, right?
Yeah, but unfortunately, people who are not at that level, they
Mm.
learn from recordings and sing wrongly,
Huh.
because a live guru will correct you and say, no, no,
Yeah.
this is not how you have to sing like. But
But
a
in the
YouTube video will not correct you. So you
right,
are hearing that video and you are singing something else and imagining that you are singing that correctly. And then
right.
you learn it wrongly from the YouTube video and you go and teach 10 students
Mm.
or 300 students the wrong thing. They
Mm.
also learn the wrong thing. So That is a big responsibility. For our own enjoyment, we can do anything.
Yeah.
That is okay. But if we are teaching other people, it's a very,
Yeah.
very big responsibility. So if you don't, that's why guru, that's a very exalted position. Not everybody is a guru.
Right.
So, but now so many people are there, self-appointed teachers and gullible victim. I call them victims only. Gullible victims, they go and learn from these teachers and learn wrongly, and they are ruined for life. You know,
Mm,
there's
mm.
nothing we can do. Some small kids, it's very, one old person anyway, who are like 60 or 70 or whatever, who are singing at a certain level,
Right.
within the remaining years of their lives, they may not improve drastically or anything. They sing for their own enjoyment. That is perfectly fine.
Mm.
But a small kid who's 10 and 15, they are taught wrongly and they sing wrongly, means whole life they are going to uh,
And
sing
then that,
badly, which is very, very sad. So, in fact, in Enter the Dragon, the Bruce Lee movie, which made him famous, he is going to fight another man. So the other man wants to intimidate him. So he takes a wooden plank, throws it into the air, and he'll hit, and it'll break.
right.
So then Bruce Lee will look at him and says, "Birds don't hit back," he says. So, so if you hit a plank, it'll break. But if you hit me, means I'm not going to stand. So for me, the same principle is with recordings. Recordings don't correct you. You hear a recording and
It's
you
for
sing
reference.
wrongly. That is not going to tell you, hey, you are singing wrongly. You will continue singing wrongly only. That otherwise, we don't need teachers at all. No, we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
need gurus. We don't need. If anybody can just
It's
listen
like
to
an
something and
instrument.
sing perfectly, it's a common thing. Anyone can do. No,
True, true, true.
so uh,
So,
so that
so can music give a social change in the society, like on a social cause? Can
sure.
music play a role?
Sometimes, yeah. You see, in Turkey, for example, I saw this news. The Turkish police were so brutal that if they catch a
Mhm.
prisoner, they used to beat him up so much that they'll die. So
Mhm.
in Turkey, they had a project by which, suppose the police station operates at 10 a.m., the policemen had to come there at 9 a.m. And for 1 hour, they had to listen to Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, classical music, just to make them little more human. No? So music, there's a project. They
That's a
listen to
really good
Bach.
example. I mean, a good.
Exactly. So it's not only Carnatic music. Bach means you see God through Bach, because he wrote not for performance, not for showing off. Very, 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 very intelligent. Bach is so intelligent we can't even measure the power of his intellect. But his basic mind was samarpanam. He did everything like an offering to God in front of the divine as a prayer. So that if we listen to that, I feel if I listen to Bach for a week, I become a better person. I don't know how to explain that. you know,
Would reduce their aggressiveness. And,
something so beautiful. Mozart also. Each one. Yeah. So if I say, okay, Swatirnal is my ancestor and only Swatirnal, everyone else is less superior, then I am stupid. No, I am honored to have Swatirnal as my ancestor. But Dikshitar is there. Same way we have Amir Khusro and we have Sabrang, Ustad Bade Ghulam Ali Khan. Like, so many people. That's why Tyagaraja rightly said, Endaro Mahanubhavulu. So many great people. Andariki Vandanam. For everybody, we can't even count how
right.
many great people are there. See, I'm living in Bangalore, and in this street itself, there might be maybe 10 amazing people whom I don't know at all, but they will be really great. No? But we don't get to know them.
Right,
So
right.
everywhere there is the possibility that some great person is there.
True,
Right.
true.
So,
Sir, in your opinion, how government can government do anything to, uplift the cultural
I
change?
don't know.
And
Well,
I know it
that
doesn't make much sense, but
that
still,
way, yeah,
somebody will be hearing, so they can
yeah,
maybe think
that
of
way, they see, I don't have this royal feeling at all. But when my family was ruling, my great grandmother, who was the boss, the Maharaja was Chitra Tirunal, but
it.
Amma Maharani, the mother, was the boss. She did so much, so much, so much for music. It's not even funny. Like so much. The Parasala Pannamal. In fact, on November 29th in Trivandrum, Parasala Pannamal teacher's 100th birthday is being celebrated.
Oh,
So
okay.
that Ponnamal teacher, she was living in Parasala, which is a nondescript town somewhere. And there was a series of music competitions in honor of Chitra Tirunal Maharaja's birthday. And Ponnamal came to Trivandrum as a 13-year-old girl. She sang for this competition and she won first prize. So when she won first prize, Harikesanallur Mutaya Bhagavatar was one of the judges. So he presented her to Amma Maharani and said, see, this girl is singing really nicely. So Amma Maharani made her sing. She liked a lot. She said, oh, you're singing very nicely. Who are you learning from? So she said her guru's name, some local teacher in Parasala. Who is that? No, we are from Parasala. Parasala, well, that is somewhere. You have to be in Trivandrum only. So the girl says, well, my father was also there. He said, my job is in Parasala. So just hearing one song from this 13-year-old girl, Amma Maharani instantly got Ponnamal teacher's father a job in Trivandrum and gave them a house also, only for this 13-year-old brilliant kid to learn from the best in Trivandrum and get opportunities. You know, that is just one individual whom I know directly. I know this directly from Ponnamal teacher. So she was so out to discover talent and nurture and protect them and give them the due recognition and money and whatever. While now I learned, in fact, so many musicians, my colleagues, so many are going to sing for films and doing fusion and doing hard rock and other things because all of us were locked down for 2 years in 2020 and 21. Till 2022, nothing much happened. So people are saying, oh, sir, I like your music so much and whatever. What did anybody do for any musician? No, see, we could have starved and died. Nobody cares. So then we realize we are there for ourselves. Nobody is there. If somebody is there, see now, Harita organized my classes very nicely. That happened during this till pandemic. I never taught online. I felt music has to be taught live, and somebody sings nicely. I give them a nice piece of chocolate when they sing nicely. So I felt wrongly that online class will not have that connection. But after teaching online, I found that it works so nicely because the students are given the recording also, which I never got with my teachers. So they can listen to the whole process step by step again and again and again and again. So there have been some people who recognize that artists. I did myself. I organized so many concerts at home and paid the people who played for me and got them video recorded. So I paid the sound guy and the video guy also who were jobless during those lockdown days. So I had a concert in my house with no audience, just me, violin, mridangam, khatam, and morsing, and one video camera and one sound guy. So after the concert, all of us will order cutlets and we'll eat together and chat till midnight, sit and have a nice time. This happened 10 or 12 times in 2020-21. So there have been people who did think of musicians, but nothing from the government level. So I don't see that. And now there's so much favoritism that whoever is in power, they like somebody means everything is given to that same person again and again and again, whether they have merit or not. And you don't fall in their glance. They don't notice you means you might be the greatest singer, but you will be sitting in a corner with no work.
Right.
The what you know has zero value and whom you know has a lot of value.
Right. Sir, what is your message to the youngsters? Your
Message to the youngster.
valuable
Yeah,
message.
valuable message is like I was also young like you at one time, and you will also be old like me one time. So the time you have now is very, very precious. Be
Yes.
very careful in not wasting
Yeah.
time and making wrong choices. That's all. See, me with Balamurali Krishna, I spent 18 years with Balamurali Krishna, and that was a golden period in my life. Okay. But at that time, I got this chance to go to Paris, London, and Amsterdam. I'm like, okay, I'm going to Paris. Yes, I did go to Paris, but I spent a lot of time with Balamurali sir also. I would go for 2 months and come back, 2 months and come back like that. So I made the best of the time I had available with him so that when he died, I only felt sad. There's no regret at all. It's like, yo, if I knew he was going, I should have spent more. I should have done this. I should, there's no, I should have. I did. Maximum I did. So zero regrets. So when you're young, it is very easy to be attracted. Even when you're old, it's very easy to be attracted by shiny things, whether it's money or fame or anything or a relationship or new work or so uh, try and fast forward in your mind when you are 60 years old, when you are 70 years old, how will you feel? This chance you have, then if you don't have at that time, then you make the most of it now when you have it. So realizing the value of anything, whether it's health or a relative or anything, when you have it itself, should realize the value and make the most of it, than just waste time and you lose that and then feel, oh my God, I should have had this. So that happens not for Carnatic music, for as a
Yeah,
general
yeah.
message. I find that some things we realize
All
more when
traditional
we
arts,
are older.
especially. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we are young, if we realize that how life is so fragile, there is no criterion or category for when death will come. You can be 5 years old and you can die. You can be 85 year old and live for another 5 years also. So
Mm.
each of us, we are like bubbles. Now we are there, tomorrow we may not be there. So when you are there, try and enjoy ourselves, try and do something useful, try and do some things which others will find useful, which will make people smile. Something good. No, you leave the world a better place than it was when we came. No? So at least when I was born, nobody knew Bala Tripura Sundari. Now because of me, at least 10,000 people are singing Bala Tripura. At least one song I brought. Like that.
We have danced it also, sir, everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So, sir, thank you so much. Like we are kind of ending the session.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what words to say because Varma sir has given us a lot of insights, not just on the techniques of music or just the, genres or not just his experience, but I think more than that, lot more, feelings and emotions to it. And I would say like a BBC or, where you have covered almost all the subjects starting from cooking to, I mean, clothing to books and poetry. And we thoroughly enjoyed, but time is a
Thank
factor
you
for
so much.
all of us. And we would
No,
really love to hear you more. We would like to learn from you more. And you're a
mm,
great guru. And we wish you all the success to teach
you-
more and more students. And
yeah,
may your music and, teaching spread all over the world. And thank
thank
you
you so
so
much.
much, sir, for giving us such a wonderful session
Thank you.
and sharing
Oh,
your
wow.
valuable time with us.
Yeah, it's
And
2.5 hours. Wow.
actually,
Only now I saw.
I was back of my mind. It was running like more than 1 hour. We have crossed 1 hour, but I didn't
Yeah,
want to stop you and myself because I wanted to cover all the questions.
nice one.
And you
No,
are in
now
such a
only
great flow.
when you said time only, I looked at the clock.
No,
Wow, it's
no.
2.5 hours.
I have not seen the time yet, but back of my mind, yeah, I'm sure 1 hour is over. I'm sure 1.5 hour is over.
No,
But
I started at 4:30 in India.
yes,
Now it
yes,
is 7.
7. So because you were so engrossed, I was also so engrossed, and I'm sure the viewers have also gone very deep into your sessions today. And thank you so much, sir. And before we end this session, I would like you to give a small song on your favorite composition, either a small,
You.
just very small.
Yes, very small. I'll sing one Mangalam.
Yes. No, 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 sir, not Mangalam. Like your favorite song.
There is no favorite. I mean, there is
Anything.
so
I
many.
know all are your favorites, but which you would like, you feel like
Yeah.
singing right now at this moment.
Now I feel like having dinner. So.
Because all this time was only demonstrations, so and with reference to a lot of topics, but now
Ah,
we wanted you to really sing something.
since you're a dancer, I'll sing a padam. So,
Thank you, sir.
കാന്തനോടു ചെന്നു മെല്ലെ കിളിമൊഴി ശോചമികവദാ കാന്തനോടു ചെന്നു മെല്ലെ കിളിമൊഴി ശോചമികവദാ കാതരാക്ഷി താന്തയായി മറുവുന്നേൻ തരുണി മണികാതരാക്ഷി താന്തയായി മറുവുന്നേൻ തരുണി മണി ഹേ രമണീയ ഗുണവസതി ചലമിഴി കാന്തനോടു ചെന്നുമല്ലേ പല ദിവസം പല ദിവസം ഉണ്ടിഹ ഞാൻ പരിണത ശശധര മുഖേ പല ദിവസം ഉണ്ടിഹ ഞാൻ പരിണത ശശധര മുഖേ വലയുന്നിതും ഓർക്കണി വലഭിതാദിസുരനതനാം വസുദേവ സുതൻ വരുമെന്നിഹ മമധവ നൈ സഖീ കാന്തനോടു ചെന്നു മെല്ലെ കിളിമൊഴി ശോചമികവദ കാന്തനോടു ചെന്നു മെല്ലെ Now we can go to sleep. Sleepy Nilamban.
Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful padam. And I once again thank you for your
Thank
valuable
you.
time, sharing a lot
And
of inputs about music.
and thank you for
Definitely, we will meet up
all these
again.
people.
Yes, yes,
And
who
thank
have
you
been
for all
sitting
the people who have been muted by the hostess. They can't say anything. So the hostess has muted them. But thank you so much. I know some of you, I don't know some of you, but very, very nice of you because there's no notice also. I just shared the information at 5 minutes before the thing. We have a few WhatsApp groups for my students who have attended courses. So I just shared them and so many people have come. If this comes on YouTube, then many, many
Sure,
people can
sure,
see.
sure. Of course, we will be
They can
posting
do.
this on YouTube as discussed. And
Nice.
lot many people can listen to you, your
Mhm.
music, your words. Thank you so much, sir.
Next,
Have a
I have
really
a
nice
suggestion.
evening.
I
Yes,
have a
please.
suggestion.
Yes, sir.
Next time you interview me, don't do on Zoom, don't do on Insta, don't do on YouTube. Also, you invite me to Dubai, then I'll.
Sure, sir.
there
Sure,
are
sure. We
there
will
are
have a
some
live talk. Sure, sure.
yeah, there are some nice eateries which I really miss. There's a hotel called Hotel Hyde, HYDE.
Ah, okay.
They have one Arabic restaurant and one Japanese restaurant. Oh
Which
my
is your favorite
God.
cuisine?
Huh?
Which is your favorite cuisine?
I like Italian, Japanese, French.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
even Mexican is also nice.
Okay.
But French, Italian, Japanese are top three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much for this wonderful evening. We will definitely meet up again, that too not
Yeah.
on the screen, but live.
Yeah.
And a very good evening. And thank you so much, sir. We will
Thank you
meet
so
up.
much. Thank you, everybody. And thank you so much for
Thank you,
having
sir.
me like this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And you asked so many nice questions that I see. Suppose the host asks some vague question, then I can't say no. So whatever I spoke is thanks to how you were asking. No,
Yeah,
that's why.
yeah, I'm sure those are the questions which most of us, would love to hear from you, and which I have, did quite some research to hear from you. And thank you so much, sir, once again. And
Thank
we'll
you.
meet up, sir. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you. Bye.